the TikTok live, make sure we're double tapping. And for everybody tuning in to the YouTube, how we doing today? We have some more debates just barreling straight at you. We already have our first Trump supporter on the line, Mr. Will down here. Mr. Will, why don't you just go ahead and start us off? Tell us why you voted for Trump, man.
I would say from a biblical aspect, I know it's hard to defend Trump on the felony and the hush money to the. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here. To
So,
you know,
from a Bible aspect, really. So, I want to ask you a question about Christianity as it relates to politics and whatnot. It's very simple.
okay.
If you heard somebody on the street screaming about how much rich people suck and how they're all evil and all going to hell, where would you assume they fall on the political spectrum?
I haven't really encountered a circumstance like that, so it'd be hard to. I mean, I would probably say, I don't know. That's a tough question.
Which party generally promotes capitalism more and like a lack of equality for income classes, and which party typically shits on rich people more, says eat the rich, doesn't like billionaires, and wants more equality for low income Americans?
Uh, the second one is definitely the Democrats.
So, like, if you heard somebody like
I would
shitting on
also I
rich
would also
people,
say
you'd
capitalism
probably,
is.
if
See,
you heard
what'd you
somebody
say?
shitting on rich people, you'd probably assume that they fall to the left, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if like, for instance, I said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than it is for somebody who's rich to enter into the kingdom of God, you'd assume that I'm some crazy leftist, right?
No, that's a biblical take.
It is well. Didn't you tell me that you voted for Trump because of the Bible, because he aligns with these biblical?
Yeah, I
I can't even
did,
pronounce that
but
word. Takes, and seemingly the teachings of the Bible actually align more with the ideologies promoted and upheld by the left compared to the right, man.
could you give me another example besides monetarily?
Well, I think monetary is a huge one, and because that definitely plays in. Like, for instance,
Yes, but
Psalm
you just
32.
said that
Psalm
you're pretty
32 is
much
another
saying that.
example where, it talks a lot about how if you provide to those that are more needy than yourself, right, you'll be given great glory in the kingdom of God, meaning that Jesus and God really supports giving to those that are more needy than yourself, etc. Would you be able to name one policy passed by Republicans ever that benefited poor people the most?
Well, I monetarily I would say the biblical more in a way aligns with the Democratic Party.
Okay, so then what about the Bible made you want to vote for Donald Trump?
Specifically men and women. I believe there's only two genders or sexes.
Okay, you know that Donald Trump only thinks there's one, right?
When has he ever said that?
In his executive order about like with the classification of gender as male and female, he says, right, that the classification of being a male or female occurs when you are conceived, and it says that it's predicated on the size of your sex characteristics, but it's only at about 5 to 7 weeks after the moment of conception where your S or Y gene activated, making you male. And at conception, we all had female characteristics, meaning that you're a female, I'm a female. Everybody watching on TikTok is a female. Everybody watching on YouTube is a female. We are all girly pops. Quite frankly, there's one gender. So,
Okay, but Trump doesn't. Obviously, he represents the Republican Party as a whole. But I mean, if I had another choice, I would definitely go with say another candidate. But my better option in this election was definitely Trump over Kamala.
yeah, well, wait, why? Tell us why.
Well, are you saying why there's another better option, or
No,
why I went?
I'm telling you why. I'm asking you why. Like, was Donald Trump the better option? You said because he said there's two genders. No, he actually said there's one.
I would also throw in an abortion factor. I know that that's really not going to be an issue
Sure,
because
we could talk about that too. Abortion
okay,
bad should be legal because of the Bible. Are you Catholic or Orthodox perchance?
Orthodox.
You're Orthodox. Do you think that all sins are equal in the eyes of God apart from blasphemy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, interesting for an Orthodox to believe that, but we'll run with it.
What do you
Um,
mean? How is that interesting?
well, I'm pretty sure like some Orthodox denominations don't believe that, but the fact that you do is enough for me.
Okay,
Question. Is lying a sin?
lying is a sin. Yes, sir.
Should lying to your child, telling them that Santa Claus exists, be illegal?
Well, I didn't grow up believing Santa Claus was real, so
Richard, thank you for the meteor shower. Appreciate that, man. Should it be illegal to tell your kids that? Yes or no?
I don't know of many Christians that do, especially in my church. That wasn't really a big thing. So
So do you think it should be illegal to tell your kids that?
I don't think it should be illegal. We don't. I mean,
Okay.
separation of church and state was
Okay.
never
Perfect. So then why should abortion be illegal?
because it's murder.
Wait, but you're just saying, murder is wrong and should be illegal because it's a sin, right?
Yes,
Just like lying is a sin, telling your kid that Santa Claus exists is a sin, and all sins are equal in the eyes
but
of God apart from blasphemy. So,
is lying ever considered a crime?
no, it's not. You don't think it should be considered a crime, but there's no distinction between
No,
the
but
sin
it is.
of telling
But
your.
it is sometimes.
Okay, yeah, sometimes like lying to a cop, defamation, etc.
Yeah. So say that a cop
Richard, thank you so much for the Leon on the in the line. That is crazy, bro. What is that? Oh my god, dude, that is a crazy gift, dude. Richard, holy crap! I'm so sorry. That is like a huge gift. Holy shit! Everybody, show some love to Richard. For everybody watching on YouTube, we just got a massive gift over on the TikTok stream. That is crazy. I'm so sorry for everybody watching on YouTube that didn't really see that. Please, 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 please show some love to Richard down below in that comment section and keep the love for Alex going. That is so incredibly kind of you, Richard. W's for Richard all day, every day. Thank you so much. That is nuts. Thank you so much, Richard. And yeah, you guys over on YouTube got to hear the lion roar. Thank you so much, Richard. Huge W's for Richard down below. That is fucking nuts. Thank you so much, man. From the bottom of my heart, I mean it. That is insane. Thank you so much. Going back to our conversation, Will. So we agreed that all sins are equal in the eyes of God outside of blasphemy, yes?
Yes.
Okay, we
Yes,
agreed
sir.
that lying to your children, telling them that Santa Claus exists is a sin, yes?
Yes, sir.
And we agreed that that sin should not be illegal, yes?
Yes, sir. I guess.
And the logical implication that God views all sins as equal outside of blasphemy would imply that telling your child that Santa Claus exists is just as wrong as getting an abortion, yes?
Well, in the eyes of God, yes, we're gonna have to answer in the same way.
Okay, perfect. I have a
But
question. What's the standard of morality? Is it the eyes of God?
you're gonna have to answer before. Yeah. So I would say yes.
Okay, so your standard of morality tells us that those two sins are equally as morally wrong. So next question, if lying to your child, telling them that Santa Claus doesn't exist shouldn't be a crime, why should abortion, given that these two sins are just as wrong in accordance with your standard of morality?
Because you have to govern your faith and I would say a country in a different way. So you
Exactly my
could
point. That's a perfectly fine answer, Will. I'm completely fine with that. I agree. That's the point of this argument. The point of my argument isn't to dispute your faith. The point of my argument is to show that the application of your faith to a criminal justice system in a country is completely incoherent and devoid of logic. So it is necessary that you make a distinction between your faith and your religion, as well as how you govern your country. And you have to govern your country and run your criminal justice system from a completely secular perspective. So when you tell me that you think that abortion should be illegal because in accordance with your faith it's wrong, you are not making that judgment from a secular perspective. Thank you for the Galaxy Manuela.
So do you believe that if a government was fully based off of a religion, would it be successful?
No, it'd be so unsuccessful. And I just gave you an example why.
But what about the Roman Empire?
What happened to Rome?
There was, yeah, but I mean, every empire is going to rise and fall, and that was when they had.
By the way, Rome didn't even completely base their empire off of a religion coherently. Are you telling me that you think America should be a theocracy?
No, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that you could have a successful government if everybody.
No way.
I'm
Man.
not. America in no way could be successful based off of religion because of the ability to live your life in any religion or non-religion that you would choose. But I believe 98% of the Roman Empire was of the Roman Catholic belief.
But dude, I'm gonna repeat this just for clarity. Even Rome wasn't completely deploying their religion in the context of their criminal justice system. Even they didn't have a logically coherent theocracy. Even they kind of cherry picked what out of the Bible they wanted to apply or didn't want to apply. Now, moving off of Rome and moving back to the argument that I was making to you, why do you think that abortion should be legal now that we understand it cannot be rooted within any fact of your faith unless you want to derive a contradiction because you're unwilling to apply your faith in all scenarios and criminalize lying to your child, telling them that Santa Claus exists, even though that is viewed as an equal sin in the eyes of your God?
So wait, so you're asking me why do I think abortion should be allowed now?
Should be illegal.
Oh, why do I think it should be? Because it's murder.
Okay, so what is murder?
Unaliving a being.
Unaliving a being. Yeah, do you eat hamburgers, chicken nuggets?
Yes.
Okay,
Is
so you pay for murder?
technically I would say yeah.
Shit, should that be illegal too?
Should no.
Oh, so only some forms of murder should be
A
illegal.
human being.
Murder against human beings. Well, how about from your standpoint, you don't say that it's murder to kill a chicken, a pig, or a cow, and you just say it's murder to kill a human being. How about that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you think it's always murder to kill a human being. So, quick question. So, a doctor that willfully and intentionally pulls a plug off a life support from a brain dead patient, killing them, are they a murderer?
No.
Ah, so it's not murder to kill a human being. So, right back to the question, what's murder?
So then what do you classify murder as?
That's a great question, and it's a very fair time to ask that question. I classify murder as the unjust killing of a human being, and the reason why I don't think abortion is murder is because I don't think it's unjust, as I only value human beings in which have the capacity to deploy sentience, and a fetus doesn't have that ability until around 20 through 24 weeks.
But do you believe that eventually they would have that capacity
Of course.
had they not been unalived in
Yeah.
the womb?
Yeah. I
So
do believe
then
that.
so then what is your case for allowing abortion?
Okay.
I'm not saying I
So,
I am no
quick
way
question.
completely
So,
educated on every subject. So I mean
no,
I'm
man.
also learning from listening to you.
Yeah, man.
I've listened to you quite a bit.
I appreciate the good faith of discussion, man. You're being nice. You're being respectful. I can appreciate that. My question here is, well, if you're saying it's wrong because of what it could have been, my question is, here's a good way to frame it. So the sperm and the egg in which comprise myself, does that sperm or the egg, do they have the potentiality to one day be sentient if you know, if not, if conceived?
So you're saying without the sperm and the egg coming together, would they be able to create their own being
Did the
without?
sperm that comprises myself have the potentiality for future consciousness?
No, sir. Without not without the egg,
Not
but
without the
when
egg?
it has
Okay. Well, can I just say that like a fetus doesn't have the potentiality to have future consciousness without the bodily resources from the mother?
okay, but neither does a 9-month-old baby if you don't feed it. If you leave it outside in the cold, it's gonna pass. It's gonna die.
Right. Well, I mean, they already have consciousness established at around 20 through 24 weeks gestational, but this just kind of proves the point that there's a lot of things that could have these future capabilities, but they will need other external resources to survive. And you seemingly only make that consideration as it would apply to a sperm, not like a fetus.
No, but what I'm saying is the baby, say up until it's 2-3 years old, isn't able to go get food for itself. So it's
What?
not able to live without the mother in that sense.
Okay.
Just like in the same sense, it's not able to live without the mother in the womb.
Okay, I agree with that. Where's the
So
argument going?
I'm just saying, wouldn't the same thing be classified as murder is if it's outside of the womb and you just leave it be, it is considered murder.
Right? Right. You're right.
So when it's in the womb, if you just abort it, why is that not considered murder?
I already told you that because I value conjunctive traits. I value entities that have either had past or present subjective experiences and future subjective experiences. A fetus does not fall within this conjunction of traits, meaning that I don't find a fetus morally valuable. I mean, this is why I don't value brain dead patients. Like, you don't have a reason not to value brain dead patients. You told me that you think murder is killing a human that's alive. That contradicts your definition of murder. That's why I think it's important for us to hold a very consistent position. I think mine is. Like, I just don't value the fetus until it has the ability to
Yeah,
deploy
no, I would agree
consciousness.
that your position is very consistent, but
So why do you
I,
value the
I
fetus?
because I believe there's a high potential of life in that with that fetus.
In the future, like potential consciousness?
Well, not potential, there will be a value of life
Okay.
from that fetus.
Yeah, so let's just think about a zygote, a unicellular human organism after the moment of conception. They will have sentience in its future. Is it murder to kill a zygote?
So yeah, well, no.
No, but they will have sentience in the future, literally just like the fetus.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. There's
So why is
that's
it murder to kill the fetus, but not murder to kill the zygote when they both will have consciousness in the future? That's a contradiction, sir.
well, I'm saying both of them are murder if
Oh,
you
so
kill them.
it is murder to kill a zygote.
Correct, yeah.
Okay,
Because there is potential for life.
should murderers go to jail?
I do believe that if you abort a baby, you should be in jail.
What about somebody that kills a zygote?
There is potential for life there, is it not?
No, that is. Should they be in jail too?
Yes.
Okay, so do you know what an IUD is, sir?
Is that when uh, like they artificially
No, that's IVF.
fertilize.
That's IVF. I'll tell you. So an IUD is a form of birth control that a woman can have,
Okay.
and this birth control serves two major functions. The first major function is to prevent conception, okay? But the second major function is to allow for conception to occur, but then prevent its implantation into the uterine lining, starving it to death, killing that zygote. Okay, and you said if you kill a zygote, you should go to jail. So if there's a woman with an IUD that knows that it does that, that is sexually active, and she's just killing all these zygotes, should these women with IUDs be sent to jail for murder?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
Be honest. Just be honest. Give me yes or no. I know what the answer is to you.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Oh, are you being like for real, Will?
Yeah, I would say yes. But that's just, I don't know, that's how I was raised. That's the way I think.
Okay, well, I think that's like an insane view. Like, hey, if you're watching the live right now and you're a woman with an IUD, just say me in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely tons of people out there with that.
So tell all
But
these women that they deserve to be locked up till they die.
I'm not going to say that because
Oh,
that's
but
not the way that's not the way we're governed.
I said deserve to be.
I'm not going to say that though.
Oh, so you don't think that women with IUDs that are sexually active that kill zygotes should go to jail?
No, I believe that they should, but
Okay,
that's not
so then
that's
all
not
these
the way we're
women that are
governed.
in the chat with IUDs that are killing these zygotes, you say that they deserve to be locked up. I mean, would you say that like Jeffrey Dahmer would deserve to be locked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Would you
mean,
would you
wouldn't
would you say
everybody
that
say
any
that Jeffrey
murderer
Dahmer?
would you say that any murderer deserves to be locked up?
Yes, and yeah.
Okay, so then obviously the implication is that you don't think women with IUDs that kill zygotes are murderers because you won't say they deserve to be locked up. So you're contradicting your own
Be-
stance.
because it's different in a way,
Okay, what way?
but that's just not the way we're governed.
So what's
We're
the
not gonna.
difference? Why don't women with IUDs that murder these precious, innocent, valuable zygotes deserve to be locked up? I thought we both agreed that murderers deserve to be locked up, man.
Do you agree that murderers should be locked up?
Oh, of
Correct.
course. I just don't fucking think women on birth control are murderers, but you do. So why don't you think women with IUDs that are sexually active deserve to be locked up? Let's hear it.
I mean, so as a Christian, I don't believe in any sex before marriage. So the women with IUDs who are sexually active before marriage, but I don't.
I don't. What sex before marriage has nothing to do with my question, sir.
Well, the sexually active part, it does.
No, not at all. Not at fucking all. What I mean, I disagree with the claim, but that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. I'm asking you if these women are murderers that deserve to go to jail, like if they're married or not
Yeah.
married, or sexually active or not sexually active before marriage, has nothing to do with my question. That's just another point.
Yes, sir. I do believe that.
Okay, so all these women deserve to go to jail.
Yes.
Okay.
If
So do you
to
think
stay
that
consistent, I would have
do
to
you
say
think that
that.
Trump
Correct.
deserves to go to jail since he raped a woman?
Well, probably.
Oh, wow. Wait. Whoa, now you think our president should be in jail?
Well, he has 34 felonies, correct?
34 felonies, and he was held civilly liable for raping a woman. Does Donald Trump deserve to be in jail?
So isn't the rule on a felony mandatory 6 months in jail?
No. The judge ruled that he had to serve like no sentence. I'm asking you about the grape case. Should he be in jail for raping a woman? Yes or no?
I don't really know the facts behind the case, so
So let me get this straight. You're not willing to say that a rapist or president should be in jail, but you are willing to say women on birth control should be. I think that view's incoherent. I think that view's insane, and I just think that view's like really like, you know what I mean? Like if you're watching, I guess I don't really even like need to describe myself, saying that like, oh, like I'm unsure if a rapist should be in jail, but like women with birth control definitely should be. Like, do I need to explain why that's crazy, or you guys kind of picking up on what I'm
no,
laying
I
down?
understand that it does sound
No,
crazy.
I think for the galaxy. Okay. Yeah. Well. Is there anything else that you want to say?
No, sir, I appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for keeping it cool while giving me some of the craziest positions known to mankind.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. Well, I think that you should probably listen to my live more. Hopefully, I could change your mind one of these
I
days.
actually do. I do tune in sometimes.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good one, Will. I mean, the combination of like keeping it cool, keeping it like respectful to me while giving me like very crazy, insane takes is, that one always floors me. What's up, Lauren? Did you vote for Trump?
I am so sorry. I wanted to talk to
I'm going to go to assume that that's a no, but Lauren, I do appreciate you so much for joining. You are awesome. And I do have a couple people to thank. First and foremost, Carmen. Thank you so much for the $45 super chat over on YouTube. Carmen says, Dean, please keep educating these people that are being tricked and swindled by Trumpet and Elon. Thank you for educating me even more in the government in general and keeping up the amazing work. P.S. Trump doesn't love the Bible. He got you. Yeah, Mr. Trump, the con man, is what relates to Christianity. I mean, dude, he even said in like 2018 that he's never had to ask God for forgiveness a day in his life for anything. So we're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone, please show some love to Carmen with a C for the $45. It is absolutely insane. And if you're one of the 8.7 thousand people in the TikTok live, y'all make sure that we're double tapping. What is going on? How old are you?
Oh, hi. Oh, I am 37 years old.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Did you vote for Trump?
No.
All right. Well, I do appreciate you for coming up. We are just looking to debate some Trump supporters. I hate kicking people out that agree with me. I always feel so bad. So make sure if you are in that queue that you did just vote for Trump, y'all, and I would appreciate it if you could try to, hold that consistent. I do appreciate you guys. What's up, Lisa? Did you vote for Trump? Lisa is not here. Ethan, did you vote for Trump?
No, I have a.
All right, guys. I don't know why it keeps happening after I state it out loud. On paper, the rules are simple, and application they're difficult. We are only looking to debate Trump supporters, quite frankly. What is up, Jane? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Jane, you are a troll.
No, I'm not.
It is. That's a fake Southern accent. I got some family down south. I've never heard that one before. Jane dipped. So we're gonna move on to the next guest. In the meantime, y'all, I'd also like to thank Haley for the $20 donation over on YouTube Super Chat, saying "Girly Pops." That was in reference to what we said earlier. Dean, I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you do. No words can explain how thankful thousands of women are for the way that you fight for us in the country as a whole. Well, first and foremost, Haley, I think that's an interesting evaluation. Of like the way that I operate. I mean, all that I say is like, it's probably like not a good thing to infringe upon somebody's bodily autonomy without good reason. Women should have access to abortion and you shouldn't treat them like shit. And I find that to be the bare minimum. And I do understand like that's not what's resembled in reality. But hopefully one day it will be, you know what I mean? But I do really appreciate you for the love. Thank you so much, Haley. Then also, what's up, Ryan? Did you vote for Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Give me one moment, bro, because I also have to thank Sid. Holy shit, Sid with the $100 super chat. That is crazy. 1,000 W's for Sid. Oh my God. Thank you. Sid says one more because you're amazing, Sid. I love you so much. You know that. You're here every single day. Just know that I do really appreciate you so very, very much. Huge W's for Sid down below in that chat. Thank you, Sid. Huge W's for Sid. I also got to thank Ethan for the $5 on Venmo. As well as Rebecca for the 10. Thank you so much for the love, Rebecca. Samantha with a 10 and Amanda with a 10. Huge W's for Rebecca, Samantha, and Amanda, all the 10. Riley with a 7. Bella with a 5. Guys, thank you so much. And then Blair with a $50 donation on Venmo for the girlfriend's birthday. I had to say that quietly because she's downstairs. But Blair, that is literally so fucking kind of you. Oh my God. I'm going to spin that on the girlfriend's birthday. I already have some great ideas in mind. We have to talk about that after the debates today. That is so kind of you. Girlfriend's birthday fun has officially been commenced by Blair. That is literally so kind of you. Thank you for the love, Blair. Oh my gosh. And then as well as Abigail, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. You guys are phenomenal. Show some love to Blair. Show some love to Sid, to everyone, to Carmen, to Haley, to all the donors. You guys are phenomenal. And Mr. Ryan, I do apologize for keeping you waiting. I just had a few people to thank there. Once again, huge round of W's for all the donors. You guys are phenomenal. Ryan, why did you vote for Trump?
I just think, the best predictor for your own success is your own personal choices. I just personally like him more. I just think he's funny. He makes me laugh, brings more enjoyment to my life. Just seeing all his funny clips every time he's getting up there. It's like this whole thing is kind of just funny to me.
Okay, all right. So I haven't heard this take in a while. I knew it existed, but it surprises me the same every time. So typically, the Trump supporters will say, I ignore his character because of how bad it is, and I only fixate on policy, but you're the exact opposite. You say, I don't really vote on policy, I vote on character. Please give me sufficient justification to explain to me and everybody watching at home as well that you like the grapist more than the non-grapist, the racist more than the non-racist, the misogynist more than the non-misogynist, this guy that is hit on 10-year-old girls over Kamala Harris, this guy that has boasted to Howard Stern about walking into the changing rooms of half-naked teenagers over Kamala Harris. This guy that has hit on his own daughter, that called all black people lazy, that said Obama was born in Kenya so nobody would vote for him. Why do you like him more?
See, I disagree with a lot of those things that you say. Like hitting on his own 10-year-old daughter. He didn't hit on his own 10-year-old daughter. That's definitely not what happened.
So what I said is that he hit on a 10-year-old. If I said he hit on his own 10-year-old daughter, I wasn't telling the truth. I misspoke. He hit on a 10-year-old by saying he'd be dating her in 10 years.
Okay. So let's just start from the beginning. All the things you said. You said he is a rapist.
Yep.
All right. Where's the evidence of that?
Yeah, the findings from a civil court. You're still liable for raping E. Jean Carroll. Unanimous jury of 9.
And how come he wasn't criminally charged?
Because the statute of limitations for criminal charges had passed in the state of New York at that point.
Okay. So why did it come out when it did?
Why did it come out when it did?
And what was the evidence for it?
So first of all, when you ask the question, why did it come out when it did? Seemingly the only person that would know the answer to that question would be E. Jean Carroll. We could like speculate. I mean, some reasons that she gave in the court case was that she was so embarrassed about it, she didn't want her parents to know. So she waited until they had died. Not to mention,
the evidence is just her word.
We haven't even got to the evidence yet. I'm explaining to you, the excerpts that she shared insofar as why she waited the period that she did. But I also do want to imply that saying that the claim is necessarily false, the jury ruled incorrectly without looking at any of the evidence and merely predicating that position based upon something the victim did, such as waiting a sufficient amount of time, is victim blaming.
I don't think so.
Yeah, sure it is. You're not looking at any facts of the court case. You're not looking at any of the evidence that demonstrated that Donald Trump had raped her.
From what I
the
understand
verdict from the jury. You're not considering,
I'm
the fact that they
considering
have a
it
better
all.
understanding
I'm
of all
very
the evidence.
considerate. I'm
Then
considerate.
you, me, or anybody watching the live, your only argument is like, well, the victim did this, which means she was a liar. Hey, I have a question. What percentage?
No,
of women do you think
I
never
didn't say
report
she
rape?
was a liar. You're putting words in my mouth.
What percentage of? Oh well, if he's not a rapist, this would imply, logically speaking, that she lied. Okay, so I'm so sorry for putting a logical implication in your mouth, but I would like to finish out here.
Sure.
One question that I'd like to ask you is, what % of women do you think never report rape to the authorities in their lifetime?
I would counter with what % of women do you think give false reports on celebrities and rich people in order to get money?
Okay, well, I can answer your question. It's projected that around 47% of rape reports are false. Now, please answer mine.
I'm not sure on yours.
Okay, well, it's 60. So 60% of women that get raped never report it to the authorities in their lifetime. And then insofar as your second question, which was obviously just more disgusting victim-blaming rhetoric, I hate the idea that you are going to baselessly apply immunity to any man with money, any man with fame, any man with power, and say that this man with power cannot be a rapist, even though that power emboldens them to be more coercive and worse and more forceful against women. It's great culture. It's uplifted in America today by men such as yourself. And I think that
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I'm not saying.
You should feel embarrassed about these virtues if you have a wife. You should feel embarrassed of these virtues if you have a mom, which, by the way, definitely applies to every single man, right? We all have mothers, and we would all hate to see our mothers get treated like this demonized monolith that's making false claims to attack somebody you worship. Meanwhile, you don't even know the evidence submitted to the court case, and you merely blame that on the victim.
I think I do know the evidence, and the only evidence is her word and her best friend's words. That's the only evidence. There's no physical evidence implicating this was ever true. And I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I just can't say that it for sure did happen. I'm not calling her a liar. I'm just saying it's not possible to know with the evidence that we have. And in a civil case, somebody can be found guilty on the threshold is a preponderance of evidence, which means they either have to just choose who they believe. So the jury did believe E. Jean Carroll, but that does not mean it's a fact. It does not mean that it really did happen. Because like I said, and like you said, 50% of cases, 47, like you said, are false. And people target people with money and athletes all the time.
I didn't say 4D7. I said 427. And that's not even cases that make it through any type of court processing, that is mere reports. And not to mention that a lot of that includes men.
Sure, you can choose either side.
I think we need to make that point clear. False reports of grape, when I've seen them in my own anecdotal experiences,
They should be criminalized.
when I've seen them in my own anecdotal experiences, I've seen those false reports of grape coming from men. In fact, I even had a man allege false grape reports against me, Parker, and Matt. And if I misspoke and I said 47, that's my bad. I meant to say 427. I'm glad that we could clear the air there. So,
I do want to be clear. If he did do it, I do believe he deserved to go to jail. I do deserve all the repercussions that comes with a sex offender. But I just don't know that he did. And there's only one case of one woman that got $80 million out of it. And I'm for certain that happened because there's, like I said, it's her word against his.
Okay,
At
so
the end
that's
of
not
the day, that's
necessarily
what the
true.
evidence is.
now, so going over the evidence, we could do that. So in the court documents, what we see is that E. Jean Carroll submitted A, notes from a therapist in the 90s indicating that she had been raped by Donald Trump. B, the therapist notes aligned with testimony from a therapist, her own testimony, and the testimony of, what was it, like 7 others. And then C, she even tried to submit a dress to the court, which had verified male DNA in it. She claimed that was Trump's DNA from the night that she was raped by him. And then what did Trump do? Trump refused to submit his DNA to that court case. And like, this indicates guilt on behalf of Trump, obviously, not to mention Donald Trump also lied twice in the court case. He claimed that he had never met E. Jean Carroll. What was the response? E. Jean Carroll submitted a picture of them together. He also claimed that he wouldn't have raped her because she wasn't his type, quote unquote, but then confused a picture of his ex-wife that was obviously his type, because, well, she was his ex-wife, with a picture of E. Jean Carroll. Okay, and then it's also very important to point out here, one of the facts that I shared there about him denying to submit his own evidence to the court proceedings. I have a question. If you were sober and you got pulled over for drunk driving and a police officer offered you a breathalyzer to clear yourself of all suspicion, would you take it?
Absolutely, I would.
Okay. If you were drunk and you got pulled over for drunk driving and
But that's not-
a cop
that's
offered
not-
you, just one moment, and a cop offered you a breathalyzer to clear yourself of all suspicion, would you take it?
Yep, I would.
Okay, perfect. Exactly my point. So tell me why Donald Trump refused to submit his DNA to be tested against the DNA on the dress that E. Jean Carroll claimed to be his from the night she was raped. Because if he was innocent, that would have cleared himself of all charges.
I don't see how that would have cleared himself of all charges.
Because she made the claim that she was raped in this dress and it had Trump's DNA on it. And they verified that it had male DNA in it. She said, this is Trump's.
Where was the DNA? I'm sorry.
On the dress that she claimed she was raped in by Trump. She said, this is Trump's DNA. It was verified to be male
But
DNA.
Where on the dress? Like,
I'm unaware of the specific location.
because if it's like on the shoulder or on the arm or something, I don't know.
Could you just tell me why he chose to not submit his DNA to that court? And I like that now you're appealing towards mere speculative possibility, and you think that is a justified, coherent way to build beliefs, but then you don't think the unanimous jury of a ruling by 9 the unanimous ruling of a jury of 9 after 2 to 3 years of discovery, including some individuals who are not going to have a left-leaning bias, just speculatively, trivially speaking, is not enough. So do we see here how in order to kind of reject the findings of the court case, you have to devolve yourself into...
No, because I would have. No, absolutely not. Because I was actually looking for critical thinking, and I would have gone with you if the DNA would have been found in a private area. I would have gone with you and said that says that makes them look more guilty. But I think it's important to know where this DNA came from.
What's important to explore is why did Donald Trump refuse to provide his DNA to the court? Do you have an answer to that?
Because he didn't want to give up his DNA. Like, I don't think
Why?
that's so they don't have it in the, like, that's just like a private thing, like
Well,
giving up your
it would have been
DNA,
sealed
your
in the court
actual life
documents. It couldn't
information
be.
code. That's like just
It couldn't be
because.
given to absolutely anybody else. It was only for the intensive purposes of, if he was an innocent man, clearing him of all charges, saving him $87 million, 2 years of going to court, and all the negative PR backlash. I mean, if he was innocent man, this was a really big out that he could have taken, and he didn't take it. And I think it's worth while exploring why. And when we can kind of come to the conclusions, well, if he was innocent, he had no reason to not submit his DNA to the court. But if he was guilty, he had a lot of reason to not submit his DNA to the court. And consider that as being parallel to all of the other evidence, submitted to the court that convinced the unanimous jury of 9 after 2 years that he was guilty. I'm pretty sure that we have a clear picture here. It's that we can
I don't think it's
justifiably
clear.
come to the conclusion that Donald Trump raped Eugene Carroll.
I don't think it's as clear as you're making it out to be, because they could have had some type of encounter, like a hug or a kiss, and his DNA might be on the dress. But where is it on the dress?
He
Is it
claimed he
on-
never met her.
Yeah, I mean,
So if he was innocent, that claim would have been true, right? True too, right?
he obviously has met her.
But he said he hasn't. Oh, so now you agree with me that we at least know that Donald Trump was lying in court and had inconsistencies in his story. Can you give me occurrence of Eugene Carroll lying in court with an inconsistency in her story?
No, but a lot of times just denial of fact is just a strategy in those type of situations. So it doesn't surprise me that he lied and said he had never met her.
Well, seemingly a bad strategy would indicate his guilt to a further extent when she's able to give a picture of the two together. I didn't know that denial of a fact was something that innocent men did.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't fact clear him because the fact is that he's innocent?
Would what clear him?
Well, like an innocent man, when it facts clear them, since the facts would show he's innocent.
Well, it's a situation where nobody can tell you.
Oh, wait, you're muffling your mic. You're muffling your mic.
Up. It's a situation where nobody can tell you exactly what happened
True,
in that
prevail.
department store. And the less evidence you give into the court to say that there was any type of encounter when somebody's accusing you of something that serious, of course you're going to deny. Because if his DNA is on there because they had a hug or a kiss or something like that, it's not going to help his case.
Bro,
Right?
I mean, this just relates back to you saying that, he was lying about ever meeting her. Then also, no, lying under oath is not a strategy to prove innocence. It's actually illegal.
All right, so that points out I think your next point was what, he's racist as well.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you draw your conclusions there?
Well, I personally, I find the most shining, clear example of his racism to be the perpetuation of the birther myth of Barack Obama. So he said that Barack Obama was born in Kenya, even though Barack
Yes.
Obama was born in Hawaii with a birth certificate. When he said that Barack Obama was born in Kenya, this was supposed to perpetuate the notion that he's not a U.S.-born citizen, which perpetuates the notion that he's not constitutionally eligible to run for the presidency, which perpetuates the notion that you shouldn't vote for him since he's not constitutionally eligible. Another very clear scenario of him being racist is when he straight up told somebody on Fox News that you could tell who migrants are based upon looking at them. Racial profiling, they're either good or they're bad. Very clear, evident racism. Another very clear example of, another form of bigotry predicated on ethnicity would be his plan to ethnically cleanse the Gaza Strip and build a Riviera, violating the human rights of 2.1 million people. Another clear example is a Central Park 5, okay, where he straight up said that this group of young men, most of whom were black, were guilty even though they had been exonerated for their crimes, and he called for their death penalty. Another clear example is when he just straight up called all black people lazy. Okay, he affirmed that twice in the 90s, 1993 and 1997. And then another clear example is when he just straight up didn't rent to black people. 1973, managed properties. He had his housing manager put the letter C on housing applications for black people, told him there's no vacancy. Okay. And then he settled with the New York Justice Department to put ads in his magazine and like newspapers saying that he would no longer racially discriminate. Could also bring up black jobs. And something that I've seen in the chat is something to do with him repealing some type of law to prevent segregation. I don't know any about this. I've been out of the loop for the last 48 hours. I've had other things going on. So I won't comment on that one, but I'm sure as soon as I am educated, I could give that point to you too. There's so many examples of him being incredibly racist, and there's not a single example of him taking any form of accountability, him becoming better as a person, or repenting for his racist actions by trying to serve better to Black Americans by being actively anti-racist.
There's no evidence of that.
There's no evidence of what?
There's no you're saying there's no evidence of him advocating for people of minorities and being anti-racist. There's no evidence of that.
He hasn't done anything while possessing the power of his presidency to be anti-racist. But would you please comment on all the racist things that I just gave you?
I mean, yeah, the Central Park Five, he ran that page when they were, when most of the world thought those young boys were guilty.
Did most of the world think those young boys were guilty in 2015, 10 years after they had been exonerated? Because that's when he told the moderator to his debate with Hillary Clinton that he didn't reject the claims whatsoever. He doesn't apologize for the claims whatsoever, and he doesn't transcend on the claims whatsoever.
Because do you know what they were doing in the park that night? They didn't rape that young lady, but they were assaulting and mugging people.
Yeah,
and
you're also racist. Look at this. Young
No,
black
no.
men exonerated for their crimes, but they're still guilty.
No,
and
their
they
skin
deserve to be
color has
sentenced
nothing to
death.
do with it.
Look at
Their
that.
skin color has nothing
Look
to
at
do
that.
with that. They
Look
were
at
being
that.
violent
Of
criminals
course
that
it
night.
does. Of course it does. You support
No.
Trump even though he pardoned DJ Rodriguez for beating up a cop. You support Trump even though he's committed 34 felonies and raped somebody. You probably want Derek Chauvin to be pardoned. I bet you are one of those 50,000 signatures. But of course, as it applies to these young black men that were exonerated for any wrongdoing, all of a sudden they're criminals, and you don't think that it's at the bare minimum wrong to be calling for their death 10 years after their exoneration.
No, he wasn't calling
On
for their
top
death
of
10
not
years
even-
after.
2015, his debate with Hillary. The moderator asked him if
wasn't
he
calling
transcended
for
or
their death
apologized for his
then.
comments whatsoever, and he said no.
Because he's just one of those guys that doesn't like to apologize, but he wasn't calling for their death in 2015.
He didn't.
was
He
calling
didn't.
for
He
their
didn't
death when they were
transcend
in
any of the
jail.
statements that he made. He didn't transcend any of the statements that he made.
Yeah, he never does.
Right, which demonstrates what? Racism.
No, it doesn't demonstrate racism.
Ah, okay. Okay. What about calling out black people lazy or saying Obama's born in Kenya?
Well, that's a political strategy. I mean, yeah,
Racism. Racism was the political strategy. Maybe we could agree. Yes, he was deploying the political strategy of racism against the black man. You are correct. Yes, you are actually right. Yes, he was using a black man's blackness against him to discourage the black man from having and possessing and presiding within a position of power. Yes, you are right.
All right, so let's keep on going.
No, tell me, is that racist or not?
That is racial rhetoric. I
don't want to know if it's racial rhetoric. I'd preferably.
I
like
don't
to know
think
if
it's full blown
racist.
racism. No, I don't. I think there's levels of racism, and there's being a full blown racist, and there's somebody who has discriminatory rhetoric.
Can you define racism for me?
It's hating people or judging people just based on their skin color and nothing else.
Hating people or judging people based off their skin color. So I think that there's some misconceptions regarding racism. So you're right. Hating somebody because of their race is racist. Okay. Right.
Yes.
But when I define racism, I'm thinking of a couple different things here. So racism doesn't only exist with an intention. Racism also exists with an impact. So if you like engage in an action, a set of actions, or you levy, hold, or perpetuate beliefs in which lead to the unjust discrimination of an individual because of their race or a group of individuals because of their races, we define that as racism. And there's also a more systemic lens in which would play into this question that I don't think that you're ready for, so I'm not even going to try to describe it to you. But at its core, I think what we should hopefully be able to agree on is that attempting to limit the power or success of a person because of their race is racist. Can we agree there?
Yeah.
Well, that is exactly what the birther myth that he perpetuated and held to for years attempted to do. It attempted to limit the power and success of Barack Obama because Barack Obama was black.
I think it's a stretch because there's a lot of people that weren't sure about that theory, and he may have perpetuated it, but he might have believed it. You know what I'm saying? He just, in my opinion, you can make the argument that he just wanted to make sure he was an American-born citizen.
That is crazy because he said this even after he presented his birth certificate. But if you just say, well, he actually believed it, it's no longer racist. So I just want to clarify. So all of like the white children of plantation owners that grew up actually believing white supremacy was true, phrenology was accurate, race realism was a thing, and that's why they dehumanized black people.
If
Were
he
they
believed he
racist,
was
or
born
were
in
they not
Kenya-
racist because they actually believed it?
No, that's not the same because if
It
I'm
is
just
because
saying-
you're just saying that they genuinely believe these things. Well, wouldn't this apply to like
not believe that he was any
owners,
less of a
Hitler Youth,
person, just he
etc.?
was an American-born citizen.
Okay. Have you ever seen him question the residency status of anybody else ever?
No, I haven't.
So why does he only do it against a black man? Chelsea, thank you for the money gun.
How come he appoints so many black people?
I'll answer your question after you answer mine.
Well, it's okay. So, because that was the theory that was going around and it was gaining traction.
Why was
I
that
don't know.
theory going around and gaining traction?
It was a political strategy to
Why
take
is
down
this-
the other side.
So why was this a political strategy against Obama, but not against Biden or anything? Or against any other white person in politics ever, according to you?
Well, he's a pioneer of a. I don't know.
So you don't know?
I'm sure that
You don't
argument
know?
has been made before.
You don't know.
So
You said that
if
you
we
said
were to
that
look
Donald
into it-
Trump has not made this argument against any white person, only the black man Obama. I could tell you it's because of racism, Ryan. I'm so happy to hold your hand through this. And you said he's like pioneering like racism.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think so. He didn't pioneer that whole thought.
What-
that wasn't his theory. He just repeated
so
it.
if you didn't create it, but you rather repeat it, it's not racist?
I'm just saying it's not.
So the last
He didn't
generation of
know.
American slave owners, were they racist? Because they didn't create the practice, they repeated it?
That's not the same.
Oh, why not?
He just
Because they were
wanted to make
still
sure he
causing
was
harm
American.
against black people, right? So the question, if that makes you racist, was it perpetuating of the Obama birther myth against Obama? Did that cause harm to Obama? Did that cause harm to Obama's campaign?
Okay, but you could say similar things about like him talking about Hillary Clinton and
A lot of the
releasing her-
ways that he talked about Hillary Clinton were what? Misogynist. So you can, yeah.
I mean, it's political strategy to take someone down when they're your opponent. Like, I don't know. Like, you got to remember that interview that he made with when he was like 35 years old about if he's going to run for president. And he says it's a very mean life. If he ever wanted to dedicate his life to this country, it's a very mean life, and he wouldn't know if he ever wanted to do it. But he,
Okay, so you're just
I
saying
think-
it wasn't racist because it was a political strategy. First of all, he didn't run for president against Obama, so I don't know what you mean political strategy. Second of all, question, if instead of the birther myth, he just straight up said he's black people are not as capable as leading as white people are, and deployed that as a political strategy to get people to vote against Obama, would that have been racist?
yes,
Oh, but I thought political strategies couldn't be racist.
I didn't say they couldn't be racist. You're
Well, that was
making
your argument. I asked you to rebuttal the fact that the Barack Obama birther myth was racist, and your rebuttal was that it was a political strategy.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
so if your
yeah,
rebuttal is that
there's
it's a political
there's
strategy,
levels-
it would imply
there's levels
if it's a political strategy, then it's not racist. Well, if saying that black men are not as good as leading as white men, and that's a reason why you shouldn't have voted for Obama, and if that's what Trump perpetuated, it would still be racist, even though it was a political strategy. See what I mean there? So seemingly, political strategies can be racist.
Sure. That
Hey, I
can
just
be.
got here. Is that what his argument is? Is that Donald Trump wasn't racist for perpetuating the birther lie?
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
This is
asked him
sufficient.
what evidence he has that he is racist.
Oh, well,
This,
that's just one of them. Would you like more?
I've given him a bunch.
I've been given
What's he heard
rebuttal
so
from.
far?
Well, we talked about the Central Park Five,
Okay.
and when he put that out, he was saying that we need the death penalty for people who would make those violent attacks. And at the time, it was the public perception that those boys were guilty of those crimes, and so it wasn't just because they were black. He's somebody who wants to protect the police in those situations.
Do you recognize that
When
you just
crime was
said
getting
wait,
out of control in
do,
the 80s in
do
New
you
York,
recognize
like
it?
that's
You literally just had the worst Freudian slip I've ever heard. You just said
Yeah.
he didn't say that not just because they were black.
but that's your argument.
No,
Is
that's
that
what you just said.
No, yeah, that's your argument that I'm
No, that's
responding
your
to.
argument. You just said Donald Trump didn't just call for their death penalty. He didn't do this just because they were black, but also for other reasons. You just said that he did
For the
call for the death
reason-
penalty because they were black, but also for other reasons.
And Mike, do you not recognize that there's a greater disparity when it comes to the death penalty used for black people who are falsely incarcerated?
That's okay. How's that on Trump? I don't understand.
He is perpetuating a system that would unalive more black people who are falsely attributed to crimes and are sent to death row on said charges.
All right. We're talking he was talking about that specific crime in specifically is what I'm saying is the facts of the case. It was a very heinous, very violent crime. Who, in his opinion, whoever did that crime, they should be seeking the death penalty against them because crime was getting out of control in New York in the 1980s.
Death penalty is not a deterrence to crime, and certainly not the types of crime that were happening in the 1980s, which was largely property crime, which was largely theft and burglary.
The death penalty is a tool that they use to save a bunch of money because they have
It doesn't
people-
save money, actually. Disproportionately, it costs you more for the appeals, for the courts of appeals. It costs you more to litigate it than it actually does to house these people for life.
True that. I
You're not
wrote, I wrote a paper on that in middle school.
You're not taking into consideration all the people that take the plea deals and they don't get off because they don't fight their case because they're taking the plea deal. It's a deterrent for fighting your trial or fighting your case at trial. Say, hey, we won't seek the death penalty as long as you plead guilty and you'll get to live the rest of your life in prison. And there's so many of those cases that happen exactly like that. That's like the main tool of those states' justice systems.
How does that argue against the point that I just made, that it's still effectively more cost-effective for you to pursue imprisonment than it does the death penalty?
Because when you do those plea deals, it ends the case right there instead of
It's a non
exhausting all
sequitur,
their
though.
appeals.
We're talking about the cost, are we not?
Yes,
So what does a plea deal have to do with it?
because that ends the case and they don't have the right to appeal.
It is still cheaper to house them than it is to send them to the death penalty.
I mean, that's an opinion.
That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Do you have evidence for that?
1 second.
And does it take into account all the money that is saved, all the plea deals that happen? Is another question I'm going to have when I see the study.
Wait, are you contesting that death penalty costs more than life in isolation?
Am I contesting?
Is that the claim that you're contesting?
I'm just saying it's nuanced. You'd have to look at a lot of things.
I mean, this has been like the last time this was debated, as far as I know, was like early 2000s.
It has something to do with cost. But you also,
it's like a pretty well known fact that the death penalty costs more than life in isolation. Jaden's getting you a source right now. That's fine.
Right
It's
here,
pretty
death
easy.
penalty cases are way more expensive up front because they're legally complex. A 2017 study from Susquehanna University found that states like California, a death penalty cost about $1.1 million more than a non-death penalty murder case through the trial and appeals. $1.94 million versus about $840,000. driven by extra costs such as specialized defense lawyers, longer trials with more experts, and mandatory appeals that drag on for years. In California, the appeals process alone averages $150,000 per case, per a 2014 Loyola Marymount study. Nationally, the Death Penalty Information Center (DPIC) cites studies like Kansas at $400,000 extra per death case, showing the pattern holds.
Yeah, real quick, I'd like to thank just a couple people here real quick. First of all, Lauren and Ethan, thank you both for the $5 on Venmo. You guys are incredible. Thank you, Lauren and Ethan. And then, oh my God, Nargina with the $75 donation on YouTube Super Chat. Dude, what the fuck? Nargina, thank you so much for the $75 donation. That is absolutely insane. That is so much money. Thank you so much, Nargina. I want everybody to show some love to Nargina in that live chat literally right now. At least 750 big W's for Nargina. That is Nargina. Thank you so much. Nargina says, Dean, thanks for always educating. It's really important right now. Thank you for never backing down. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for the very kind donation. That is insane. $75 is so much. As well as a kind message. Thank you, Nargina. And then also, Asbestos with the $50 donation. Thank you, Asbestos and Nargina. You guys are awesome. Nothing but W's for Asbestos and Nargina in the live chats. Asbestos says, your streams have been helping me get through work, and I have a huge promotion today. You're the best, man. First of all, W promotion, W Asbestos. That is ASBESTOS. And W, very kind message. And W Dono. Thank you so much, Asbestos and Nargina. You guys are so awesome. Thank you all so very, very much. As well as Yoshi, thank you for the 15 Canadian dollars. Nargina with another 5, quite frankly. Thank you so much. You guys are phenomenal. Then Sliced Brownies with a 5, thank you. Then Della with an $18 over on Super Chat. And Charlie with a 50 pounds. That is CHARLL. Charles, it is so good to see you again today. Thank you so much. Everybody, show some love to Charles once more with a 50 pounds. It's nuts. Holy shit. Charles says, thank you for everything that you do, Dean. It's so refreshing to see somebody so dedicated to educating people. Charles, I love you so much. You have been in here so much. You've always been so kind. Thank you for the kind message once again, as well as the incredibly kind donation. You guys are awesome. And by the way, the donations on the stream today will be going towards my girlfriend's birthday. It's coming up on the 22nd.
Ooh.
We're gonna
Very nice.
What are you going to get her?
Well, I know what she's asked for, and I think we're gonna reserve some time at the end of this stream to talk about that. But I just want to let you know, like, if like you wanted to donate to me specifically, I just wanted to give y'all all informed consent. It's actually going to my girlfriend. So for today. So, anyways, Jaden, I do apologize for kind of interrupting the flow of the conversation.
Oh, it's okay. It wasn't going anywhere.
So
He kind of stopped.
No. I mean, you can always bring up one study that shows, of course, a death penalty case is going to cost more than a regular murder case.
I gave
But
you
it's
3.
not taking into consideration all of the cases that don't go to trial and don't have to go through all the crazy appeals for the murder charges. And
Yeah,
there's
they save more money.
it's a quantifiable amount that's not representing in that study.
What is your argument? I'm not actually sure what you're saying at this point.
I'm saying it's not.
Do you understand what he's saying, Dean?
nope, I don't.
Okay.
The death penalty is a tool to get people to not go to trial and waive their right to trial so they don't have all these appeals.
And it's
they're-
more expensive.
I mean, that's one opinion. Like I said, that's just because you find
That's a
one
fact.
That's not a fact.
You're making the opinion that it is cheaper to execute people. Where's the data that would support otherwise?
I'm not
Support
saying
your
it's
point.
cheaper to execute people. I'm saying it's cheaper to have a ton of murder cases waive their right to trial, waive their right to appeals, and just take a plea deal and go to life in prison.
Do you have a stat on that? You still need a trial for the death penalty. You can't waive that right away.
Those are expensive. So you're going to have a smaller number of cases that are expensive, but you're going to have a long number of cases.
Can you
that are-
quantify that, please? That's your claim. Can you prove that?
I can get a study, I'm sure.
Okay, I don't think you're
All right.
going to be able to get a study. Can I have you try to agree to something else?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Would you agree that people that get the death penalty and like deserve it justifiably because they committed a really bad crime, like deserve really harsh punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's like a worse punishment? Like death today or rest of natural life in isolation?
Rest of natural life in isolation.
True that. Can we also agree that there's people that are falsely convicted on death row. It happens. It is a statistical fact.
Yes,
Would
can
we,
agree
we at
on
least
that.
agree that if life in isolation is both a worse it sets both like a worse precedent with a firmer with a with a firmer punishment, as well as it allows for individuals that were falsely incarcerated to be vindicated of any wrongdoing in the future, possibly.
Wait, say it again. Sorry.
Like if we were to put them in life in prison compared to killing them now, like they will at least have a possibility for the future to be exonerated of their crimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so seemingly like life imprisonment is better regardless of the way that you look at it compared to the death penalty, because it's a worse punishment for those that actually committed the crime, and it's like an allowance of time until natural death for one to be exonerated if they didn't. And then on top of that, it's, you know, less expensive. But even if you reject that part, we could just kind of bypass that part of the conversation because there's other really good reasons to not support the death penalty.
I mean, I'd rather move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
I mean, that the death penalty isn't something I'm super opinionated on. I'm just saying it's not as clear as and factual as you guys are making it out to be.
I think, dude, this has been clear to me since middle school. Even when I was like a little middle school Catholic Republican that believed everything my Republican family members and friends in school told me, like I still didn't support the death penalty then.
Oh,
Can I
sure.
ask you, just curious,
Yeah.
what is your understanding of the 94 crime bill? Do you believe that to be racist over policing of black people?
Yes.
And you support stop and frisk policies and indemnification of the police as supported by Donald Trump?
No, I don't support that.
Can you tell me what delineation is there between Donald Trump's tough on crime policies of today and the racist tough on crime policies of the 1990s?
Well, if you kill a police officer, you should be put to death. I think that's a very good deterrent.
Nobody's arguing that. No one's arguing that.
Oh, but if you assault a police officer in the name of MAGA, you should be exonerated from all wrongdoing. Got it.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
DJ Rodriguez drove a
Yeah,
stun
yeah,
gun
yeah.
into the cop of a neck on January 6th, pled guilty
Yeah.
to it in court after you had after the cop testified that he was guilty, admitted it. Donald Trump let him walk free. So if you assault a cop in the name of Trump, you deserve to walk free. If you kill a cop, you deserve to be sentenced to death. Also,
how
I
much-
disagree. I don't think that cop killers should be sentenced to death because I don't think the death penalty should exist for anyone ever.
Right. So how much time did DJ Rodriguez do in
Wait,
prison?
Chad, did I say the
'Cause
cop of a
you
I
act
don't
neck
think
like
again?
that's
just-
relevant. I don't
Did
think that's relevant.
Did I say
I
that
think
again?
it is
Cop of-
relevant.
I meant to say the neck of a cop. I'm sorry. I don't know
Because
why
you're
I
acting
keep
like
saying
he
that.
just walked free and didn't do any time.
Yeah,
and just unscathed.
he did 2 years. He did not serve his full sentence.
I think he probably did more than that.
He didn't.
Okay.
Obviously,
It's
if he was
tried in
pardoned, he
2022.
didn't.
Yeah.
If he was pardoned and let out of jail, he didn't serve his full sentence.
All right. Well, he did 2 years. That's not like
So 2 years is enough for
that's fine.
assault that could have led to death, but you must be sentenced to death if you. So if DJ Rodriguez killed that cop, DJ Rodriguez deserved to die, but DJ Rodriguez assaulted that cop. DJ Rodriguez deserved to be called a modern American patriot and let out of jail.
no one's
scot-free.
calling him a modern American patriot,
Trump
and he
did.
did time in prison.
Trump
he did
did.
multiple years in prison.
Trump did. Trump called all of the January 6 rioters that were locked up patriots.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. It's like it's one person out of a whole group. Like he's not calling him specifically. but he-
Stuart Rhodes, Kelly Meggs, Tyler Bradley.
Yo, Jenna,
There was,
you
thou-
got it.
there was
Jenna, you
thousands
got
of
it.
people in that crowd that were very
Right,
nonviolent.
and 600 of
It was
whom have
mostly
been
peaceful.
charged with violent offenses against police officers.
600?
Yes.
I thought it was just a handful.
No, it was 600.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
I mean, January 6th is it's a controversial day, absolutely. But it's
Right, but you hold a different set
I
of
don't
standard
support
when
it.
comes
I
to
don't
those
support it, but
criminals.
I don't support what happened on January 6th. Just like I don't support, the riots that happened during the BLM movement. Like it's any type of activity like that should go punished and should be disdained.
So I just want to
and
clarify. Would you
denounced.
ever support a president that willfully and intentionally let violent offenders that beat up cops roam free on the streets by letting them out of jail?
It's just after he did a couple of years in prison, and when he was asked about it, he didn't know about it because he did a blanket pardon.
Do you mind if you just allow me to an answer to my question? Would you ever support a cop that willfully and intentionally let violent offenders that beat up cops roam free in the streets by releasing them from jail early?
I guess it depends.
It depends. What does it depend on? It depends if it's Trump, right? Because the red line always is ever moving as it applies to Trump. See, I don't know why you admit to that. It's a crazy concept to me that you think somehow you're justified in saying that you have hypothetical red lines that you'd be willing to apply to a president unless it is Trump, and that's why it depends. So.
Well, he did a good number of time in federal prison. It's not like the guy didn't do any time at all. Like if you assault a police officer, a normal amount of time that you do is probably around 2 to 5 years.
Wait, objectively, you co-sign to what you describe, or most likely describe, I guess I haven't asked you for clarification, tell me if I'm wrong, the party of law and order, right?
Right.
Right. So,
now
tell me what a true patriot.
Typical sentence for an assaulting
Now tell me what a
police
true
officer
patriot
without any.
co-signs to the party of law and order. First of all, try 5 to 10 years, and then second of all, tell me.
It depends on the
Is due
injury. I know
justice-
people that have assaulted a
Wait,
Why
police
does that
officer and
matter?
got 6
Why
months.
does that matter?
Who is due penance determined by? The court or you?
It's the court.
The court. And what did the court determine insofar as how much time DJ Rodriguez had to serve to repent for his crime? Was it
I don't
more
know.
or less time than the time he served?
It was less time.
It was less time. So in accordance with the court's ruling, DJ Rodriguez did not serve his full term, meaning that he had not fully repented for the crime he served, meaning that in accordance with the party of law and order, you should want that man back in jail. And the fact that our president will let them roam free on the streets is terrible.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not a good look. I can admit that.
Okay.
I mean,
All right. Well, is there anything else that you want to go over with me, with Jaden?
well, just that. Hey, in 2008, I voted for Barack Obama. All right.
I heard that same line in Get Out.
All right.
Have a good one, Ryan. We're going to move on to the next guest, but dude, you guys have been going so fucking crazy on the donos. Oh my God. I don't even know what's going on right now. Like, we're just going to start at the top. Sandy, thank you so much for the 70 Canadian dollars on YouTube Super Chat saying, buy your girlfriend something. What? Oh, I gotta be quiet. Buy your girlfriend something wonderful. You both deserve the world. So much respect for you. Thank you so much for the love, Sandy. Dude, that is crazy. Thank you, Sandy. Oh my God. W's in Sandy. W's for Sandy in the chat for at least the next 10 minutes. That is so much fucking money. Thank you so much. And then also Jenna, Great White North, and Quinn. Thank you all for the $5. And Zach with a $50 donation over on YouTube Super Chat. Zach, dude. Thank you so much for the love, Zach. I want to see at least 500 W's for Zach. That is fucking nuts. Thank you so much for the love, Zach and Sandy. And then Charles with another 50 pounds on YouTube Super Chat. Charles says, another one for your girlfriend. You should have said that sooner. Tell her happy birthday. I will make sure she knows that you guys wish her a very happy birthday. Gotta say that one quietly too, because I don't know. She could still be downstairs. W's for Charles. You guys are nuts. You guys are fucking nuts. Thank you so much, Charles. Thank you so much, Zach. Thank you, Sandy. You guys are insane. Holy shit. Then also Sarah, thank you so much for the $5 on PayPal. Paris with the $5. And then Jessica with the $20 and Katie with the $50 on PayPal. Jessica says, happy birthday to Dean's girlfriend, Girly Pop Nation. Dude, let's go. Thank you, Jessica. And Katie says, girlfriend B-Day fun. Thank you for the love, Katie. You guys are unreal. Like, seriously unreal. Seriously fucking unreal. And oh my God, Jacob with the $50 on PayPal. Dude, holy shit. Jacob says, use this to spoil the girlfriend. Love all the hard work you do. Thank you, Jacob. Dude, holy shit. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jessica and Katie. I'm like so lightheaded because I'm saying so many words. Izzy, thank you for the $25 on Venmo. Izzy says, your girlfriend and I are birthday twins. W, Izzy, happy birthday, Izzy. Add this to her donation. Dude, add this to her donation fund. Let's go, Izzy. Shout out to Izzy. And Lindsay with a $100 donation on Venmo. Holy fucking shit. Let's go, Lindsay. Thank you so much for the love, Lindsay. Lindsay says, for your curly pop, I'm here every damn day. Appreciate you and proud of you and how you handle difficult situations and conversations. Thank you so much for the love, Lindsay. $100 is insane. 1,000 W's for Lindsay. Nick with the $10. Jada with the $20 for the girlfriend's birthday fund. Thank you so much, Jada. Tracy with the $5. Erica with the $2. What the fuck is going on? Holy shit. Sid with the $50 on Venmo saying, add another 50, please. Oh, dude, you fucking got it. Let's go, Sid with the $50. Stephanie with the $50 saying, you get me out for the future. Thank you so much for the love, Stephanie. Jesse with the $25 saying for the girlfriend's birthday. And Lindsay with the $15 on Venmo for the birthday fund as well. Thank you, Lindsay. You guys are absolutely fucking nuts. I don't even know how to respond to this. This is crazy to me. Yoshi with the 70 Canadian dollars on YouTube Super Chat saying for the GF. Thank you so much for the love, Yoshi. Oh my God.
Lucky lady. So, what are you going to get her? Can you tell us? Can you hint?
Well, now I just have to completely reconsider. Now I just have to completely fucking reconsider.
You got to buy her a car now.
Gravin with the $20 super chat on YouTube saying, happy birthday for the girlfriend. I hope she has a good B-day. She will because you guys are crazy. Christian with the $10 saying, happy birthday to the girlfriend. Thank you for the $10, Christian. Real. We're going to have to get her a goddamn car. You guys are crazy. Julie with the $10 on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Julia. Dude, guys, real quick before we move on to this next debate, can we get 1,000, 1,000,000 big W's and booms for all of the donors? Thank you all so very much. You do not know how much this means. At the end of the stream, we're going to go over everything. I'm gonna plan it with you guys. You guys are phenomenal. I'm gonna talk to you guys at the end of the stream because honestly, I could use y'all's insight because we're gonna give her the best. I'm gonna get best birthday ever. You guys are, by the way, so
I've got
kind.
some ideas.
Yeah, I think that we're gonna have to delegate like a good 30 minutes after the debates to stay on and talk about that because that's huge. That is huge. Daniela, thank you for the $10 on YouTube Super Chat. Anyways, Josh, what is going on? Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
You did, Mr. Josh. Why is that?
Mainly it was the immigration thing.
The immigration thing. Sweet. What's one policy that Donald Trump has either already influenced to get passed or wants to influence to get passed to reduce undocumented migration in the long term?
Well, kind of like the tariffs, things are starting to not look up.
Oh, do you regret your vote?
Buyer's remorse?
Yes.
Okay.
I just
Some humility there.
I just got a fence installed, or I'm getting a fence installed. And the guy installing the fence told me that because of the tariffs, I have to pay more.
That's right.
It's almost like we tried to tell you guys.
But although I definitely did try to tell you, I appreciate you nonetheless for making the realization. Late's better than never. I think that's awesome, and I'm really proud of you. And honestly, I hope you vote better in the future. Josh, thank you so much for coming up and sharing that story. We're going to go to move on to the next guest because we're talking to people that do not regret that vote, but I do think it's awesome that you do indeed regret it. Yeah. Moving on. Here we go. That's awesome. Good for you. So I'm happy that you regret that. Let's go, dude.
It's a shame we had to lose, women's rights for his fence, but,
Yeah, I'll never really get that.
it's the trade-off.
I'll never really get that. Like, oh, he stopped supporting Trump when his fence costs more, but not like when 66 million American women and girls lost access to abortion and 60 great victims per day were denied access to abortion. But nonetheless, like, I'm still glad that people are finding reason to wake up and stop supporting Trump. I think that like having that regret, even for a trivial reason when larger reasons exist, that's better than not having any regret at all. And for that, I could say that I appreciate him, but only in a limited sense, because it definitely does lead you to ask, like, why didn't he regret it earlier? Why didn't he stop supporting him earlier? What is going on? I'm a real. Did you vote for Trump?
I did, yeah.
Okay, and why is that?
I'm actually glad that you mentioned the bipartisan border bill, and if people were really in favor of Trump and his stance on immigration and border policy, then why'd he kill it? And I'm glad he killed it, and I think it's quite impressive that he was able to do it not even while sitting in office.
Sure. Why are you happy he killed the bipartisan border bill?
Well, I was hoping that you could inform your people. I know why. How much money in the bipartisan border bill was dedicated to border measures, border wall, or any sort of border security measures?
So there was
$20
more than
billion.
650 million for recapitalizing the border wall construction in the next year.
No, there's
As
20.
Dean
There's
said, there was
20
20 million.
billion.
Billion, excuse
There's
me.
there's 20 billion dedicated to border security.
True that.
Thank you, Jaden. And then how much of it was dedicated to Ukraine?
5 trillion. I'm just kidding. 100 billion was dedicated to Ukraine, Israel, a little bit of
60
humanitarian,
billion.
Gaza.
60 billion.
Oh wow, really? I thought it was 100 billion. Okay, 60 billion. There you go.
60 billion. See,
Yeah.
you got to be on top of your stuff. Just like you didn't know that California had free healthcare for illegal immigrants.
Well, I need to
which
clarify.
So it's Medi-Cal, and it is it's based on income
I said free healthcare. I
qualifications.
didn't say Medicare. I didn't say Medicaid.
It's
We're
Medi-Cal.
generalizing
It's
here,
not exactly
Jaden.
free. It's not exactly free healthcare as a
No, it is.
resident
In
of
January of
California.
2024,
You know
Medi-Cal
what? How about
Medi-Cal
this?
expanded.
Can I just accept the critique? Okay, I should have known that. What now? What do you do when people are like, "Yeah, you're right"? I'm just curious.
No, I'm actually, you know what? I'm flattered and impressed that you were willing to do so, because earlier, after you dismissed that person or that debate finally finished, you tried to totally deflect and say,
Josh, thank you for
"Oh,
the
I
dream
never
team."
said he was wrong. I just told him to provide a source." When, let's be real.
Is this
most
going
of
to
your
be
viewers-
needless pettiness, or do you actually have an argument?
No, I actually just presented an argument. Do you think
No,
that
you didn't.
Jaden, do you think that they should have passed a bill that was, you guys are dubbing it the bipartisan border bill, but it had more dedicated to Ukraine funding than it even did to border security?
Very nice. Can I tell you something quite funny? Is that okay?
It's your platform. You can, yeah.
Yeah. So after Donald Trump called the Republicans, said he didn't want the bipartisan border bill, they wrote out all of the border provisions and then still passed all the funding for other countries. What was it? Public Law 152/48.
Right.
April in 2024. And then when Chris Murphy tried to revitalize the border provisions standalone with Langford, that didn't get passed. So all the funding for the other countries did get passed nonetheless. And the
Right,
border
but it was no
provisions
longer
didn't.
advertised wrongfully or deceptively to the American people that it's a border bill.
Wait,
So
we know
it's
that
fine
Donald
if they're
we know
gonna
that Donald
call-
Trump didn't
call
torpedo
a
it because
cat
of the funding for other
call a
countries.
duck a duck.
We know that he didn't torpedo it because of funding for other countries. We know he torpedoed it because of the border provisions.
And what's your provide evidence of that?
Yeah, great question. I have a great answer. You order a chocolate milkshake. It comes with
No. Don't, no hypotheticals, no scenarios.
Well,
Why was it?
Well, I'm going to logically demonstrate to you with the use of inductive reasoning. So if you're going to reject the use or deployment of hypotheticals, you're rejecting my inductive reasoning insofar as why I know he torpedoed it because of the border provisions. So seemingly
No,
you're
you-
just
is
taking
there a
away my
quote?
ability to give my argument. So
Dean, let's be real here.
Yeah.
Let's use our facts.
yeah, I'm
Is
going to
there
use a
any-
fact of
is
inductive
there-
reasoning. And if you'd allow me to try, sir, I know it's hard sometimes to let me make an argument that you're not used to.
Is there a quote associated with Trump or another Trump administration official or someone working on his campaign that affirmed
He said
that
they're
the reason he
blaming me for the
torpedoed it was
killing of the
because
border bill, and I take full responsibility. Yes, blame me.
Correct. He was in doing that. And it wasn't because he was killing the border bill. It was because he wanted to show the authority and the power and influence that he had. It wasn't.
I don't think that's a good thing.
And Chuck Schumer is
I
the
don't
one
think that's
that
a good thing.
tried to bully him into that position. And he's like, you know what? If that's what you want to say, yes, blame me.
Wait, why is totalitarianism better?
No. That's not totalitarianism. It's a party
It
that's
is. I mean,
unified.
if you're talking about a strong-handed arm, right, responding to
Jaden-
one sole authority, that's
Sir,
totalitarianism.
You can try to villainize people. Same to
I'm
you,
not
Dean. when you
villainizing
called the
anybody.
other
That's
gentleman
definitionally
earlier that the reason he opposed immigration or illegal immigration, and you started to dub him a xenophobe because his wife
He
was
is
an
a
immigrant.
xenophobe. That didn't start at the border. But
No,
his
we're talking
argument
about
was
the
that it would
American
hand
people and
Democrats a
why they
political
want
win
stronger
during an
border
election
security
year.
and why they oppose. We're not talking about Trump. We're talking about why the American people voted for Trump and their beliefs as to why we need stronger border security and we need to
Right.
oppose illegal immigration and quit.
And Donald Trump's
incentivizing
criticism with passing the bill was that it would allow Democrats to claim a political win on a key policy issue going into that election.
Facts.
He didn't want to hand them a
leaving,
W.
like leaving astronauts up in space by the Biden administration.
What's that have
'Cause
to
they
do
didn't
with
want.
We've had the
No,
so
it's a
we've-
policy point.
so
They
about
didn't
the
want a
astronauts
major
in
campaign
space.
donor to Trump, Elon Musk, to be awarded recognition for rescuing these people that are
So I want to
locked
clarify.
up in space.
We've known since like November or December that available rescue would be would be able to be deployed in late March or early April, and seemingly that time table was followed to a T. So I don't understand why people.
No, they didn't want to award the contracts during the Biden administration to SpaceX in order to complete the rescue.
Okay. Well, I mean, if what you're saying is true, I obviously condemn that.
It is.
Okay. Okay. Can I continue?
We're listening. It's your platform.
Yeah. So if they claim that they just didn't want to award the contracts for whatever reason under the Biden-Harris administration,
Because he was a major contributor to the Trump
sir,
campaign.
if you're going to allow me to finish, that'd be nice. Thank you. If they didn't want to award the
Thank you.
contracts to Elon Musk, I'd condemn that. You could give us your evidence for that later. You could walk us through your reasoning, maybe give us a source from like a statement from somebody internal to the Biden-Harris administration that kind of like whistle blew on that. That's fine. But I want to kind of finish fleshing out this first argument first, that he did not torpedo it because of the border provisions, but rather torpedoed it because of the funding for other countries. So we could use inductive reasoning.
Specifically funding for Ukraine.
Yeah, we could use inductive reasoning to prove this false. So if I give you a milkshake that's chocolate with whipped cream and a cherry, and you give it back to me, and you say, well, you don't want this milkshake because of the cherry on top, but you give it back to me and the only thing you've eaten on it was the cherry on top, you probably didn't return that because of the cherry on top, right?
But it's not because I have some sort of allergy to cherries and I didn't want it.
I'm a waiter at a restaurant, and I serve you steak, green beans, and mashed potatoes. And then I come back around 10 minutes later, and you're complaining about this dish. You say you hate the green beans, and you want to give the plate back because the green beans are so bad. But the only thing you ate on the plate was the green beans. You're obviously not giving that plate back because you didn't like the green beans. It was the only thing you fucking touched. And my analogy here is that when you tell me that the only reason Donald Trump and Republicans shot down this bipartisan border bill was because of the funding for other countries, but within all reality, the only thing they shot down was the border provisions, and the only thing they passed was the funding for other countries. They're very obviously not doing
Which not everyone
because they're
was in
funding for other
favor of
countries.
those. Not everyone was in favor of those things that were being, or the funding that was being given to other countries. And for your viewers, anyone that's going to listen to your analogy and deductive reasoning about a milkshake,
So it's actually
and try
not
to-
deductive, it's inductive. Let's get that one straight.
deductive.
It's not
obfuscate,
deductive,
whatever.
it's inductive.
I'm playing with your brain, dude. And it's funny because you're like a bobblehead. Are you? Jaden's probably familiar with Animagic. Are you familiar with Animagic?
No.
The Animagic is how Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like the claymation movie, that's how it was made. And Dean's got
stop
like this
motion?
no, the specific term for that film in that type of animation is Animagic. You can look it up. It's fine. I figured you would have known.
I don't really care right now.
Nope, but Dean's got that bobbly head, and it's really.
Okay, stop
it's
talking
just
about Dean's
amusing.
features, okay? You can fucking flirt with him later.
All right. Hey, and like happy early birthday to your girlfriend. I thought the car idea is really cool, but she's got to be old enough to drive first. All right. So let's keep it moving. The milkshake, for your viewers.
Okay. All right.
Well, he's gone.
Sarah.
I mean, pretty simple. Hello, Sarah. How old are
Hi
you?
guys. Hi guys. Sorry about that. Just here in the bed with my children. It's 11 o'clock at night here in Ireland. But
Sarah, I do appreciate you for joining us, but I'm going to go ahead and take an assumption if you're tuning in from Ireland. That means that you didn't vote for Trump in America, but I do appreciate you so much for the time. Where'd he go? He went gone. He said he left. No, I kicked him. I kicked because he was talking about my girlfriend. Yo, thank you so much for the hanging lights. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. Quite frankly, everyone, give us a minute. All right, here we go, guys. If you're in that queue, make sure that you voted for Trump. We're going to go to get that next guest up in the box literally right now. All right. Yo, Kim, thank you for the $5 super chat over on YouTube. I appreciate that. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the $2 on super chat. The negative commentator, thank you for the $5. Yoshi with the $7. I do appreciate you for that. And then Fraud, FRAWD with the 20 Canadian dollars for the girlfriend's birthday. Thank you so much for the love, Fraud. Addison with the $5. G-Boss with the $5. And Robert with the 20 pounds. Thank you so much for the love, Robert. Everyone show some love to Robert. You guys are still popping off so much. I appreciate you guys so much for the love. Ermina, thank you for the 6 pounds. Bella with the with the 14 Canadian dollars, thank you. And then Daniela once again with the 10. You guys are so phenomenal. Just know that I appreciate each and every single one of you. I'm pretty sure that this guest is driving, so we are going to move on to this point. But like seriously, you guys just know that I appreciate it. You guys are really showing up and showing out today. Dude, I love y'all so much. Yo, Tracy, thank you so much for the $13 over on PayPal. Julia, thank you for the 10. And then Marley with the 50 cents. And oh my God, Kiara with the $72. Oh my God. Kiara says, treat your girlfriend, love from Canada. Dude, that is crazy. I want to see 1,000 W's for Kiara down below in the live chat, literally right now. That is insane. Thank you, Kiara. And then also Shrimp, thank you for the $20. And Amelia with the 13. Thank you, Shrimp, Amelia, Kiara, all of you very beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much. And then Jay Wad with the $20 super chat on YouTube saying free Palestine. Free Palestine, Jay Wad. Free Palestine. Thank you for the $20. Palestine. And Wendy with the $20 YouTube super chat as well. And then Charlie with another 50-pound super chat. Dude, thank you, Jay Wad. Thank you, Wendy. And thank you, Charlie. Charlie says, Dean, what flavor is anxiety pin people need to know? It's obviously lavender caramel. So great question. And thank you so much for the insane donation. You guys are showing so much love today. W's to all the donors. Holy fucking shit. You guys are just nuts. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Jay Wad. Thank you, Kiara, Amelia, Jessica, Shrimp, Julia. You guys are also phenomenal. Thank you guys so much. And that's only, I think I just need to check one more. Jessica, thank you for the $15 on Venmo. AJ with a 5. Amber with the $20. Stephanie with the $25. Thank you, Stephanie, Amber, Jessica, AJ. You guys are awesome. W's for all the donors. That's fucking nuts, dude.
I've got Lily, thank you for the 45. Melanie, thank you for the 75. Stephanie, thank you for the 15. Kim, thank you for the 10. Joni, thank you for the 20. Jesse, thank you for the 25. And Savannah, thank you for the 5.
Oh my God. You guys are awesome. What's going on, Santa? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
All right, read your bio. It says, deport all illegals now. Do you mind if I ask you a question, sir? What is one way that undocumented migrants in America hurt the American economy?
It's not so much an economic thing. It's more of just like a.
Oh, I know you.
national
I know
security
you.
thing.
You come up here every once in a while.
national
How do
security
you
thing.
how do you show your face after Harry? After just grifting and like doing all this stuff, Harry assaults.
Oh, well,
all
that's
these
easy.
women.
You see, I'm black and Harry is white, and we are
Yeah,
two
I know.
different
Black people can do whatever they
and
want, but like I'm talking to
That's
Dean.
not my point. Is that we're not the same, and we don't condone
Dean, how do
that
you show
behavior.
your face after like?
Hey, can you
Harry
stop
does all
talking,
this
Santa?
stuff?
Hey, stuff a
And-
cookie in
Dude,
it,
who the
please.
hell are you?
We
This
are
isn't
not
even
the
live.
same
I'm here to
person.
talk
Shut
to
up.
Dean the
God
Man
damn.
Withers.
We're not the same person. We've
dudes for
condemned those
Harris.
actions. We have removed them from our friend group. We don't associate with them.
You
That's
speak
all
for
we need to
Dean
say on
now?
that.
Dean speak.
No.
You speak for Dean now.
That's what happened.
Well, what Jaden is doing is he is relating a truthful message to you. But I also do speak for myself. And if you had watched the beginning of the live, you know that.
Well, like the first 10 seconds.
Right now, the first 10 seconds that will be repeated over and over again in every corner of the internet because everybody wanted to know my thoughts, and that's what I want. So no, it's not
You're
just
just
the first
not
10
friends.
seconds of a live stream.
You just
that
revoke
kinda-
your friendship and that's it. You're done with them.
No, sir,
Did you
I
revoke
would-
your
I
vote for
wanna-
Donald Trump?
I want to clarify just real quick. That's not
Yeah, after he
it,
bombed the Houthis, I'm
but
done with
that's
Trump.
but that's all that I want to share on the internet for now because of how crazy
Because of how much
and
money you're making
confusing
currently.
and
Look at how
hard if you'd allow me to finish, the last 48 hours of my life has been. There's a lot of thoughts.
dude,
that I have.
arguably you saying the N-word was a million times worse. A million times, and you're just collecting all this money, throwing your boy under the bus who gave you this clout train. Pretty shitty. Very profitable, smart.
So what would
business
you?
move,
Can I ask you
but you're like
personally,
a
as the lone
habitual
black
user of
person
the
on
N-word.
this,
Habitual user
as
of the N-word.
as the lone
Harry's
black
just like-
person on this
Andrew
panel
pretended
here,
to be Andrew Tate. The same thing Harry was
that's
doing.
great.
Go ahead, Jay.
Anyways, what exactly do you want to come about from past slur usage? Just no one
that's a
shows their
great
face after
question.
that?
Yeah, answer that
Yeah.
question.
Like, genuinely, I am curious what the end game is here in bringing that up.
Yeah.
Well, you were just talking about Donald Trump being racist from the
No,
95.
answer
Wait,
the
can you
question.
answer my question, please? What is the end game?
I don't have an issue with slurs. I don't even know what a slur is. What is a slur?
Well, you know that the N-word is one. Okay.
We're just gonna move on to the next guest here, y'all. Everyone, just give us a minute. We got the next guest loading in. We got Cameron loading into it live. Everybody, just kind of give us one moment. If you are MAGA, make sure to let me know in that chat, and I'll go ahead and get you up here. Everyone, just be patient. We're gonna go to get that next guest going. Literally right now, we got Dogs in New York loading up into that live. What is going on, you guys? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you, man?
21.
21. Phenomenal. I trust you. Why'd you do it?
Were you gonna get a little emotional there over how hard this past 48 hours has been for you there, Dean?
Can you repeat that for me? I'm not gonna lie, I did not hear you.
Can you get out of the bathroom, please?
For real.
Yo, how'd you know that? That's crazy.
Because we
I
can
know
hear
what
the
ambiance
reverb.
sounds like.
So once again, what did you say?
Were you getting a little emotional over how hard the past 48 hours has been for you?
I've definitely gotten very emotional in the last 48 hours, and I don't think a man talking about his emotions are bad. And I think it's funny that you want to characterize it as such and then complain about how you think men are so oppressed in society when you're your own fucking oppressor in the sense that you stigmatize men expressing their emotions, and then you expect men to have a social place to do so in good faith. It's so shitty. It's so shitty. Like,
yeah, that was really
oh my
cute.
God,
I think-
men are so this, men are so that. Men can't talk about how they feel. Men have to be strong all the time. Men can never cry. Men can never express any emotion. But then, like, the moment the man is like, the last 48 hours have been very tough to me, and that's all I said, by the way. Oh, man, Dean, you are this. Dean, you are that. Dean, you're so terrible. No, I'm a human that can feel things, and the fact that you think that's bad maybe demonstrates that you can't feel things, which I don't know is a good thing or not. So where are we at?
Yeah. You went way too long there. I don't think it's bad at all to show emotion. That was really weird that you went on that really long monologue. I just
Yeah,
think
a
it's-
minute must feel very long for you.
that was funny. Okay, so
Dude, you got your ass cooked. Oh, he left.
Oh, he left.
Oh, good. Oh, Jade, that was good, man. Oh, dude, you're quick on your feet.
I
Oh,
try.
holy shit, man. That one caught me off guard. Holy shit, that was a
Hi,
funny one.
Lauren.
That was a very funny one. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Jaden. That was fire. What's up, Lauren? How old are you? All right, Lauren's not here, so we're gonna go to move on to the next guest. Everyone, just do give us a minute, one moment here. Let's go to get Bad Spin up in that box. Robert, thank you so much for the 20 pounds over on YouTube Super Chat, saying it. Happy birthday to your girl. And because you're not afraid to show emotion, Robert, that is so kind of you. Let's get 200 big W's for Robert. And what's up, Bad Spin? Did you vote for Trump?
Absolutely. But what I wanted to come up and say is I think Harry actually just got his first W. I think what he's doing.
Yeah,
I think he's awesome. And I think you're a little bitch, and I think Jaden's a bitch.
Hey,
as
watch
well.
watch this. Quick question. How many continents are there?
7, you dumb piece of shit.
Why don't you gotta name
twink
them for me?
You're a twink faggot.
Okay, and
Oh.
well, gotta wow. Follow the
Damn,
script.
they always expose their internet history. Johnny.
Yo,
Hoo-ha,
Harry
hoo.
W. Harry W. Fuck them hoes. Who gives
I
a
swear
shit
to
about
God,
those
I've seen
thoughts?
you in person before.
Who gives a shit about those thoughts?
Okay.
I've seen that exact person before.
Hey, Johnny. I just want to let you know, man. I
Shut up, Dean, you little bitch. Stop being a little hoe.
Oh, you're on mute.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
We understand that every first date you've went on has led to a restraining order. But just
That's
being
why the girl you
honest,
took on a date called you a mid.
just to be honest, man.
Oh, hey, that's...
Just to be honest, like, it is bad to take that resentment, anger, because you're not a high value man, and try to project that onto the women around you. And not only is it bad for very obvious ethical concerns that I don't think you care about, but it's definitely ensuring that you will never be touched by a woman. Not even your mom, dude. Moving on, here we go. All right, everyone just give us one moment here. We got Hayden heading up into the box.
Hayden.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? How old are you?
I'm 18. So
What year were you born?
2006.
Who was president when you were born?
Obama.
Wrong. Get out of
Yes, he
here.
was. Wait, no,
No,
shit,
he
shit.
wasn't.
No, it was Bush. It was Bush. It was Bush. It was Bush. I'm not lying. Trust.
Okay,
please.
we just need to undergo a little bit more scrutiny here. You're driving, you see a solid yellow line next to a dotted yellow line. What does that mean?
You can't cross on that line. You can't pass them.
Well, I don't know, Jaden. This is like, what's a mortgage?
A mortgage is like a house loan.
Wow. Dude, Jaden, I don't know. This
Okay,
this
I'll
could
let
be-
it pass for now.
I don't even know if I'm there yet, but like everything's hinting at, these answers are right. What year did you graduate high school?
Me?
Yes.
I'm graduating this year.
Really? What's
Yeah.
something only a senior in high school would know?
I don't know. You don't go in my high school. Something only a senior can know.
Something only a senior can know.
There's gonna be a mechanical bull at prom this year.
Where the hell do you go to school?
Don't ask him that. He might actually
Oh,
answer.
sorry. Yeah.
You might actually answer.
But I just wanted to know.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, then what's your birth month?
My birth month,
Yeah.
March.
Okay, then you didn't vote for Trump because you would have literally just turned 18. Goodbye, Hayden. We found
Yeah.
you out.
Yeah.
We found you out, Hayden. GG.
Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. Andrew's just simply not here. So we're going to move on to the next guest. Here we go, you guys. Everyone just give us a minute, you guys. If you're one of the 8.9 thousand people watching over on TikTok, make sure that you're double tapping on that screen for me. If you're one of the 2.5 thousand people watching over on YouTube, drop a sub and a like while you're at it. And we're going to move on to the next guest here, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody watching the stream. Here we go. Next guest is loading up. Go ahead and drop a MAGA for me down below in that live chat if you would like to join up in debate. And here we go. All right. This is great, you guys. We're still trying to find that next debate. There's honestly a lot of people that are scared, a lot more than usual. I think they're scared of you, Jaden.
I might be. Already no. Already absolute fucking no. No, stop right fucking now.
Oh,
Thank
you don't like Evil Dean?
That's who that was?
That's Evil Dean.
Oh, I never met him.
Oh yeah, Evil Dean is Evil Dean's Evil Dean, man.
Oh, they were telling me to impersonate him when I was doing a impersonation of all the TikTok creators, but I hadn't heard of him.
Desandra, thank you for the motorcycle. Yeah, there's Evil Dean. Evil Dean is kind of a community staple in the sense of trolls. So we're gonna move on to the next guest. And Patricia, thank you for the $10 donation over on PayPal. Everyone, please show some love to Patricia down below in that chat. Well, welcome to the lore, Jaden. Okay, we've done some community building and kind of have some of that lore built up.
I see. I'll get myself acquainted.
Well, all right. Next guest. Hey, Rebecca.
Oh, look, it's Dean.
How old are you?
And Jaden.
And Jaden.
Shop liver much?
You've been in my live stream before. You know how old I am.
I've been in your live.
I don't know
before?
you.
Yes.
Oh, you're Rebecca. Oh, this will be a really interesting conversation. I know you voted for Trump. Let's go and have a... I know exactly who you are. And the whole chat is about to as well. So why did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump because of basic, like, for him to get out of, like, the school's wokeness and stuff.
Okay, what is wokeness?
Also, just basically because he's just a good president.
What is wokeness?
Wokeness is literally having pronouns be taught to schools.
You don't believe schools should teach English?
Wait. You think it's woke to teach pronouns in school?
Not the type to like have like the alphabet community.
Okay, what's a pronoun?
What do you mean? Okay, I'm gonna let Jaden take off.
Can you define a pronoun, please?
It's he, she, all those things.
All those things. But like definitionally, what is a pronoun?
I know what a pronoun is, but
Well, tell us.
my whole
I mean, you
point-
want to get rid of them. I just want to understand that
hold
you know
on.
what it is
Hold
you're
on,
getting rid
Jaden.
of.
I know who you are too.
Now you do.
I've been known. Anyways,
Your grammar is excellent today, isn't it?
all the public schools have nothing but the alphabet community's flag.
When you say alphabet community, that's just like you being like silly and funny, referring to the LGBTQ plus community, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone's laughing just because we really thought it was funny.
I honestly don't care about your fan base.
Okay. So
Wait, but why should we care about yours though? Because you feel as though, for whatever reason, having representation in school is
He should get canceled just because
Wait.
you associate with Harry.
what? I was not talking about that. We're talking about schools. The fuck
Oh,
did
I'm
that come
talking
from?
about Dean. I'm talking
I'm
about
asking, why should we care about your feelings?
It's not feelings; it's actual facts. If you associate with someone who
does bad things, you should get canceled too.
I'd
say.
How did we get here? Did I miss something?
I don't know.
Did I maybe not hear something?
We're just gonna give it one sentence and get back to it. I'd
Okay.
agree that could be indicative of like bad virtues that you'd want to hold accountable if like one knowingly associated with said bad actor, but like I didn't. So
yeah,
going
but
back
you
to the debate
you
now.
associated with him.
What did I just say? Like I think that's like fine if you don't know, like that's not something anybody would deserve to be
Okay,
held
so then
accountable for.
re-explain.
Given that like they address it like correctly. But why so
but
just
you
go back to
still
the debate about why you voted
associated with him in general.
Okay, yeah, do you think that Trump should be canceled for associating himself with like Epstein? Or I bet your argument will be, oh, he didn't know. Right?
I honestly think that Trump isn't really completely perfect. We're all not perfect.
Like God, like do you literally consider like
Where do you draw the distinction?
I just think that you and Parker and like all four of you should get canceled because
Oh, thank God I'm spared. Let me tell you something, Rebecca. This is the problem
you're
that I
spared.
had with other people this morning that have run lives about this and run rampant on this discussion. Is that you don't actually care about the people affected. You don't actually care about the greater conversation that needs to be had about boundaries and consent. You're using this as leverage. You are using these people's stories as leverage to lobby baseless attacks against people you were already predisposed to disliking in the first place. We have nothing to do with their behavior,
Yeah.
nor have we condoned it. And you're only using this as an attack on us based on some past association and not actually to bring yourself to have a conversation on these things.
she left.
Of course you fucking left, loser. Get out.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of hypocrisy. Both sides, I'm gonna be honest. But a lot from the right. I couldn't agree anymore. Katie, I'd like to thank you for the $25 donation over on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Katie. Everybody, please show some love to Kate, sorry, down below in that chat for the $25. Oh, apparently she's a Yahtzee. And she posts
Apparently.
kind of stuff on Twitter. Okay. Kate was like, don't give her a platform. Platform revoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you for the call out and for the love, Kate. That's very kind of you. And then also, secondarily, I was going to say something else, but now I've like seemingly forgot it. I'll let you guys know if I remember, honestly. Oh, I remember. So we just got a flag on the live. The flag, I don't think Rebecca left. I think she got banned. And this ban basically says that she did something wrong. She was engaged in hate speech, probably as like with her statements related to the LGBTQ plus community. And the next time I have a guest come up here and get one of those flags, the TikTok live will get taken down. I just want to let you guys know, I'm like 50 for 50 with the lives getting taken down. It's gonna happen. Okay. So for the 9.3 thousand people in here, here's exactly what to do when this live ceases to exist. So make sure you're listening close because this is gonna happen. 90% certainty in the next 30 minutes. Soon as the live ends, because it's taken down by TikTok for something a guest said, go to the link tree in my bio, click through to my YouTube account, and you will then be exposed to a whole new world of another perspective on these same streams in the studio setup with a 4K camera on YouTube as we speak, where you will then be able to keep up to date with me and what account I'm going to next or how long the ban is. Every single time the live gets taken down and I give this PSA beforehand, we end up having a couple thousand people go over there. So I'd recommend you do it. As soon as the live gets taken down, head over to that YouTube. Now moving on to the next guest. Here we go, you guys. All right. Here we go. Everyone just give us a minute while that next guest loads in. Also, guys, make sure... Oh, no! I was about to say something about Jaden, and I accidentally kicked him. I'm going to go ahead and say what I was going to say about Jaden, but I accidentally kicked him beforehand. So, Jaden, please hop in that queue for me. In fact, I have the availability to invite you. I just sent you an invite. I was going to say, if you want to support...
Dean.
I'm sorry, Jaden. I was literally about to say, if you want to support Jaden, our great co-host with astronomical great takes, you could find all of his pay links through his bio. Same thing for me. My Venmo, my PayPal. I get 100% of the proceeds on those platforms. You can find them in the link tree in my bio on TikTok or in the pinned message over on YouTube, where you could also support me through Super Chat. Just know I appreciate you guys. What is going on? Tillis, did you vote for Trump?
No. I'm from Germany.
All right.
Guten Tag.
Well, we're
Okay.
only looking to debate people that voted for Trump, quite frankly. Amelia, thank you for the $13 over on PayPal. I appreciate you for that love, Amelia. Everybody, please show some love to Amelia down below in that chat. You guys have been so incredibly kind today. Like, seriously, bro. You guys have been so fucking kind. It is unreal. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'd just like to reiterate for new viewers that the proceeds, like from the donations today, aren't going to me. Going to the girlfriend for her birthday on the 22nd.
And good on you for taking care of your lady. I made the mistake a long time ago of telling people who I was dating, and unfortunately, these people are wildly fucking disgusting and ruthless.
Never do
So
it.
good on you for keeping her and your relationship protected and private. We all admire and respect that, Dean.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really hard because you
Yep.
know there's a lot of unfairness to her because of that. And, you know, like you want to be able to speak publicly about your partner. You want to be able to post your partner. You want to be able to show them public love. Give them their own reels on Instagram. Maybe their own posts on the anniversary. Show them love. You know what I mean? Publicly speaking as well. And I feel like that sentiment is going to be heard very loudly, especially by people my generation. And, you know, like that's one of the things that we've kind of determined is that is genuinely unfair to her. And she faces a lot of struggles being in a relationship with me because of what I do that, you know, she maybe wouldn't face if she was in a relationship with somebody else. So, you know, love her to shit. Love her so
How long
much.
you been dating?
Well, we have been like on and off for years, man. She's like the high school sweetheart.
Aw.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy story. Yeah, we made it work. We made it work, guys. You know.
We love that.
Britt, what's up? How old are you?
Dean, I just have to say hi.
Oh no, I didn't. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? I objectively clicked on the guest there. Okay, so the first time I thought I made a mistake and kicked Jaden accidentally, but that time I objectively hit the X on the guest and it kicked Jaden out. Okay, so there's something buggy with TikTok. I clicked the X on the guest account and I kicked Jaden out again. I'm so sorry, Jaden.
Yeah, we know who Evil Dean is now.
Evil Dean's coming out. I'm so sorry, bro.
It's okay.
We're gonna go to get that next guest up here, bro. L TikTok. Somebody in the chat said Jaden fight back. Yo, what's up, Boo? Did you vote for Trump?
No, I actually didn't vote at all.
Okay, I'm gonna be extra careful with this kick. There we go, got the right guess. Tiana, thank you for the $25 over on PayPal. Thank you for the love, Tiana. Everybody, please show so much love to Tiana down below in that chat. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, Tiana. What's going on, Nathan? Did you vote for Trump?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, what time is it?
It is 7:32 Eastern Standard Time, Florida.
Okay. You from Britain?
No, I do not have a British accent.
I heard something earlier, but okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have food in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Why'd you vote for Trump?
I think I voted a bit differently than a lot of my fellow Trump voters. I voted because I'm afraid of the state of democracy right now, and I think that Donald Trump was the candidate that mostly would be the better candidate for democracy.
Dude, he's already plunged us into a constitutional crisis, disrespecting the media's right to freedom of press, disrespecting Americans' right to freedom of speech, and ignoring court orders from judges by not only by literally ignoring them and not following them, but also by calling America saying that America's in a state of having a judicial coup. Not to mention the fact that he also literally tried to rig the outcome of the 2020 election. You're trolling, right?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that like he is this like saint. I personally would probably
He's the
have voted-
Antichrist.
Yeah.
But I know. I'm not saying that he's like this great person. I'm not like ultra MAGA Trump voter, right? So I probably, if Biden had stayed in, I probably would have voted for Biden.
Oh, okay. So why was Biden better than Kamala Harris?
I think that he was better. No, okay. I think that she was probably she's okay.
Oh, I mean, she objectively was a better candidate than him. Younger, more intelligent, more aware, better policy, slightly, better character, more personable.
You can't argue she was racist.
I just have okay. This is my thing with the whole state of democracy thing. Biden was the candidate. He was going to be the candidate for the majority of the time. Like the primaries had already happened, and then he was just shoved aside, and that was completely, in my opinion, unfair. Whoa.
Okay.
And it like that to me, it's worrying. I'm not saying that the Republican Party is the saving party for democracy, but I think that the Democrats right now are leading in the direction
So you're just misled. You're just misled, and I could explain why. So the reason why you're misled was because Biden stepping down and Kamala Harris stepping up was not an infringement upon our democracy or any function of our democracy. The DNC alongside the RNC are private political parties of the likes of which you could start one tomorrow, not to mention in order for Kamala Harris to be the primary running candidate for the Democrat Party, she had to get half of the more than half of the votes from the delegates in the DNC, which is the typical procedures for primaries every single election, not to mention the fact that in the general, you had the right to vote for whoever you wanted, whether that was Kamala Harris, whether that was Biden, even though he dropped out, Trump, or even yourself. And then it's also important to consider, answer this question in good faith, would we be in a constitutional crisis if Kamala Harris was elected right
now? No, but I don't think that necessarily means that
are we in a
constitutional?
Are we in a constitutional crisis as exists under Trump?
I would say yes.
Okay, so who's better?
That doesn't.
Okay, why are you trolling? Why are you trolling?
No,
why are you trolling?
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You have a repost like shitting on the Republicans.
I do.
Yeah.
When?
Your own repost.
When? I don't use TikTok.
It is your only repost on your account. It says Republicans, the party of small government, celebrating the rise of theocratic tyranny.
I don't use TikTok. I don't use TikTok. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. That's why I only have
TikTok to repost that video.
I
Stop
know.
being dishonest. Why are you gaslighting me?
How old is that video?
Why are you gaslighting me?
I swear to God,
Get the fuck off the live. Stop gaslighting me. Oh! Jaden got banned! Jaden, get that appeal through. In the meantime, feel free to come back on a backup account. Whatever you want to do. Know that you're welcome here. I actually really enjoy debating with Jaden. Jaden's a smart dude, man. Jaden's a real smart guy. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something about Jaden, chat. His takes are phenomenal, quite frankly. Very good debater. Very good debater. That's right. That's true. We're going to go ahead and move on to that next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. If you're in that queue, make sure that you voted for Trump. Go ahead and spam MAGA down below in that chat if you do want to join. We'll get you up here. What's up, Jocelyn? Did you vote for Trump?
No. I just wanted to say hi.
Hi. Now bye. We're gonna get our next guest up here, but I do appreciate you for joining. Nonetheless, quite frankly, moving on. Here we go. All right, you guys. Next guest is loading in. How about that? Hello. Did you vote?
Oh my god, hi Dean. I just wanted to say hi. I love you.
Hi. Bye. Moving on. Appreciate you for joining up. You're phenomenal. Let's go and get that next guest up in here, you guys. If you're in that queue, make sure it means that you voted for Trump. I have a feeling that this next guest is going to be British. I don't know why. I have a feeling like this next guest is going to be British. I just have that feeling, man. I just feel that way.
Total bullshit. But this picture's sexier, so I'll allow it.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
What's up, JS? Did you vote for Trump? Hold on. All right. Okay. All right. You guys.
Bullying my ass.
We're going to go ahead and try this. If you're in the TikTok and you want to debate because you voted for Trump, spam MAGA in the chat, please. There's over 8,000 people in here on the TikTok right now. There's no good reason why I shouldn't be able to easily and readily find a Trump supporter to debate. And the fact that I can't is honestly concerning. Like, let's just go and get that next guest up here. It should be easy. And the fact that it's not is very telling. It's very telling, man. Very, very telling. All right, what is going on? MY, did you vote for Trump?
Oh, you a little big.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
Look my big.
You can hear him?
And this motherfucker, we gonna really damn look.
You told me to
Suck my dick.
do something bad to him.
Oh.
Wow. Naughty. Moving on. Okay. Here we go. Everyone just give us a minute. Very naughty. Very naughty boy. Very naughty boy. Hello, Emma. Did you vote for Trump? Emma is not here, so we're going to move on to the next guest. Here we go. All right. Just give us a minute, guys. Continue to spam MAGA down below in that chat if you do want to join up and debate. Guys, this is very difficult. Hello, George. Did you vote for Trump?
Greetings.
Greetings.
Yes, I did vote for Trump.
Okay, why?
Because he's a fucking orange orangutan. Fuck Trump. Fuck Charlie
This is
Kirk.
true. Wait, hang on. Let's hear him out. He's making some valid points there.
We're going to move on to the next guest, guys. Everyone just give us a minute. We're just trying to get that next guest up in here, guys. Everybody double tap away in that phone screen for me. If you're on the TikTok, let's try to get up to 2 million likes, y'all. Speaking like it now.
What's going on, Dean?
Hello. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And why? Why would you do that? Let's have a conversation. Why did you vote for Trump, sir?
I voted for Trump because personally, I think that. I mean, I would have voted for a Democratic option if there was a better Democratic option, but there wasn't a better Democratic option than Trump. And the reason why he's better is because I just think he's more of a leader. I think he has better policies on immigration. I just think. I think he handled the Zelensky and Ukraine war stuff better than
I actually wanted to talk
Harris
about
would
that,
have ever did.
Right. How's the ceasefire holding up? Has Russia agreed to his terms and conditions so far?
I don't know about that right now, but I know.
The notion that he's a respected leader globally is simply not true. He was left on hold for about an hour as Putin, and this is on video, by the way, you can look this up, laughed and said, "I'll get to it later," towards his administration. They don't actually care about him. They know that he's a stooge that can use him. Is this Liam?
No.
Okay, that was distracting me. He's not actually accomplished anything. This was towards some kind of lasting peace agreement and minerals agreement that's not been signed into place by any part of the parties here. So what exactly has he gained? What exactly has he shown leadership on so far?
Putting his foot down and Vance as well. I honestly think Vance and Vance
foot down in what? What's he gained? My question was, what has he gained?
What do you mean? What has he gained?
Well, Zelensky walked out of the mineral rights agreement. That's what we saw when they were yelling at him. Putin left him wait for an hour, and didn't agree to those terms and conditions of not invading further and harming these soldiers. In fact, they just launched another offensive just this last week.
Maybe it's just a lose-lose situation. Honestly, I don't really.
I thought he's a leader.
But it's a lose-lose situation. What can he do?
When? What? You said he was a leader.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to do something real quick. Sorry.
By the way, we just got a second flag on the live for the guy that came up here and told me to do very naughty things. I'm really considering just restarting because I don't want to lose access on this. I'd be so sad, man.
So I mean, I think it's a lose-lose situation. I mean, honestly, he agrees. I mean, there's already been so much loss and so much tragedy, sorry, in the situation that like, what can you really do? I mean, we gave him a whole bunch of money already, and it's just like, I mean, they did act immature. I'll agree with that. I mean, telling him, just basically begging him to say sorry or whatever he was saying, but.
Okay.
I mean, what can you do? It's a lose-lose. What do you want him to do?
To where we're
It's
at.
not a lose-lose.
Because you're just saying it's a lose-lose. Maybe I wouldn't want him to be like a Russian puppet. Make Russia give no concessions with Ukraine conceding some of their land/territory. We should probably support the country who's having their right to self-determination infringed upon, having their citizens ethnically cleansed and killed at the hand of the Russian state. What I will say here is, I'm just still really confused. Why is the Grapus a better leader than the prosecutor lawyer? You said that he like puts his foot down firmer. In what respect? I don't see that. I think he's a two-faced snake. He will say he stands for law and order, but then try to rig the outcome of a presidential election, pardon violent offenders who beat up cops, and then say that he wants cop killers to be sentenced to death. He'll say he cares about the economy, but then enact economic policy in which may cause a recession and is very bad for inflation. He will say he cares about women. He claimed that he is the best president for women, but then tell the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade, which has led to 66 million American women and girls not having access to abortion, which I believe infringes upon their human rights. I don't think a two-faced snake can be like a strong leader that really puts their foot down.
What do you think about Vance, Dean? What is your opinion? I've never heard about your opinions on Vance because you're talking a lot of things about Trump, but I see a lot about Vance, honestly, in those situations.
For as much critiques that have been lobbied towards Kamala Harris about not being ready for the job, I don't understand how anybody can be okay with a 1.5-year term senator who wrote a book that was made into a Ron Howard movie as being qualified to be the next president should something happen to Trump.
Why don't you see? I mean, you just took a bunch of digs at him, but what don't you like?
Those are all facts.
What do you see wrong? Okay, but that's like
he's not ready.
He was like,
he's not prepared for the job, and he's shown a level. He has shown a level of dangerous. He has shown a level of dangerous ineptitude and willingness to delve into falsehoods that have harmed American citizens, that have harmed people who are here legally for no reason whatsoever than at his own admission, being to levy stories and get them out to public for political gain. That is not someone who I would deem as responsible for leading this nation.
Yeah, and why did you pivot? We're talking about Trump and Harris. You don't have a response to why I don't think Trump's a strong leader, so then you start talking about Vance.
No, because with that situation entirely, it's both of them. They're both in the room. It's not just Trump and Vance, and people like to. It's not just Trump. I mean, sorry.
Okay, so then that just means that they're both spineless two-faced snakes. Got it. Next.
Yeah, certainly an opportunist. I mean, he called him America's Schindler.
Yeah, and like I don't, dude. By the way, they're I consider to be definitionally speaking followers. I think that Trump is a follower of the populist opinion on the right. He will shill out to his base no matter what. His base calls for stronger border protections because he calls undocumented migrants rapists, felon, MS-13 gang member pedophiles. But then telling Republicans to vote against.
Some of it's true.
Some of it's true. Are you a natural U.S. born citizen?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm American Mexican. I was born here.
You are 2 times more likely to be any one of those things or to commit a violent crime compared to an undocumented migrant. You stereotyping degenerate.
I think that's just very wrong. I don't really agree with that. How could you really even if you say some of yourself, some of those cases go untold or unsaid. So are you just trying to say from the cases that have been told of SA, grape, all of this stuff, that it's mostly American Mexican people or people that are immigrants?
I said Mexican.
American and Mexican. It's comparing natural U.S. born citizens compared to undocumented migrants.
I mean, I understand that, yeah, but at the beginning, it was mostly criminals, and if you come into this country illegally, you're something
wrong.
criminal. So you can't not be a criminal if you're an illegal.
Violent offenders are, natural-born U.S. citizens are 2 times more likely to commit a violent offense compared to undocumented migrants.
So don't you think that we should get them out of the country then, if they're more likely to do those things?
They're 2 times less likely than you.
I don't know. I think that that's a very, very wrong statistic. I mean, I don't know how
Wrong
that's really
statistics.
can be
Okay, it's coming from
proven.
PNAS,
I don't know.
and it's been a conglomerate of crime stats since the 70s, bro.
I actually
mean,
have
but-
one for you from the 1870s.
Wow. So that's crazy. So
It dates back from 1870 to 2020 in terms of arrest records. Still less likely, 60% less likely than U.S. citizens to be incarcerated.
look at that. Quite frankly, we're gonna restart the live after this, guys. A ban is
Okay.
looming. A ban is looming. Everybody on TikTok, remember where to go if we get taken down.
Oh no,
YouTube.
you're good, Dean. You're good, Dean. Do it right now, dude.
Yeah,
It
you
was
don't-
nice talking to
you
you,
don't
though,
wanna
dude.
chat
I
with me?
definitely respect you.
Huh.
I still do want to chat. I mean, I still do want to chat, but you keep like going back to these statistics that I don't think they can be proven or done.
What?
Like, I don't know.
We've
I mean,
given you
tell
a
me how did they
study
get
that has been
How did
tracked.
they
I
get
can
that
give you the
evidence?
study. This
How
is
did
from
they
the
get that
2023
evidence?
National Bureau of Economic Research. Okay, 60% less likely to be incarcerated than U.S.-born citizens in 2020. Gap has been widening. This is an increase of what it was 150 years ago.
Also, you asked how we prove that. This is like one of like the easiest, most common sense stats ever. They prove it by looking at arrest and incarceration rates for various crimes, and then they see who's a citizen and they see who's not a citizen.
Okay, but that's kind of like besides the point. If you're not a citizen,
It's your
therefore
point.
you're here illegally, then you are a criminal. Every single person who's illegally is a criminal. That is, there is no ifs, ands, buts. Maybe, oh, maybe they're a nice person.
Right, but the punishment is disproportionate to the crime.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
right.
issue that I have with that.
So what's
You're
the
looking at
punishment? What should the
upending
punishment
people's.
be? What should the
but you-
punishment be?
I think a fine.
A fine?
I don't think there
okay,
should be
so they're
any
going to hand him a
punishment right
ticket and leave him.
I don't
and
really
go on the
care.
road.
Yeah, I personally don't care. If you want to enact a punishment, probably a fine.
I mean, I think that that's just very. I mean, that just goes against all of the kind of. I mean, I bet you wouldn't agree with that, really, because if you're saying break the law and you just get a fine, so
You do
like,
that for
where do you-
speeding.
but it's very different, dude.
thanks
Come
for
on,
the
How?
it's very different.
If anything, speeding's worse than undocumented migration right now.
Right.
Like, and the reason I think that is because speeding like could actually potentially harm people, cause accidents, etc. What is one way that undocumented migrants that have not committed violent crimes hurt you, me, or any other American?
It doesn't. I mean, it kind of hurts. They take our jobs. They take our
Take
like.
jobs. Okay. Does it hurt when legal migrants take your jobs?
Not.
No,
I mean, it doesn't
no,
hurt
no,
us more. It doesn't
no,
hurt us more.
no,
it doesn't
no,
feel.
no,
It doesn't
no,
feel like you're getting played as more. You know what I mean?
You're
Because-
so I
no,
mean, does
listen,
it hurt when
listen,
I
come
take
on,
somebody's
dude.
job by like being one of the largest political like streamers and debaters?
Because
on
these
TikTok?
people are working for barely nothing. They're working for barely
Lower
nothing.
wages?
There's nothing about their background.
So-
Yeah.
so, tell
that's
me
the
why
whole point. They're
undocumented
basically
migrants
slaves. They're
tell-
basically
okay,
slaves.
So first of all, saying they're basically slaves
Ooh.
is absolutely fucking insane. We need to understand that undocumented migrants have the same labor protections that U.S. citizens have in our country, but they do have lower wages on average. My question to you is, do you know why?
Because they'll take it. That's all they can take. I mean, they'll take literally anything that they can get. Because
I'm asking
they,
you why.
I just told you why. Because they'll take anything that they
asking
can get.
you
Because
why
they can't.
they'll-
Because
I'm
other
asking you
places
why they'll
ask for
take lower
papers. Other
wages.
places ask for papers.
Okay, so you're saying that they're taking lower wages because they don't have papers to work.
They don't have papers to work in any
Okay.
place.
Okay, well
normal.
that's
Social
technically false.
security
It's
number.
technically false. So undocumented migrants can work over the table with the use of an ITIN. That's why undocumented migrants pay close to $100 billion per year in federal, state, and local taxes. I bet you didn't fucking know that. The reason why undocumented migrants have lower wages on average when compared to citizens is the fact that they have less what is it? Bargaining? There you go. Less bargaining power as compared to citizens because they don't have a permanent residency or citizenship. Like the principle that more bargaining power equates to higher wages is evidently true. It's the driving principle behind the existence of unions. Unions give like employees more bargaining power against their employer so they could seek things such as higher wages. So when we see that undocumented migrants have a lower level of bargaining power compared to citizens, we'd expect them to have lower wages on average. What's my solution to the issue? Not just to completely strip them away from that job, send them out of the country, hurting them and our economy and our average qualities of lives, but to rather offer them a pathway to residency or citizenship so they could have the same amount of bargaining power as citizens or permanent residents, meaning that they are not hurting average wages.
I think it just hurts our wages to begin with when they're here taking our jobs for practically nothing. I think that just kind of
I
counterintuitive.
just explained this.
You
I
give
just
them a
explained
fine.
this. I just explained this.
I understand. but if you give them a fine-
If you give them a pathway to residency or citizenship, they will not have lower wages on average.
Oh, okay, but I mean that who's going to catch them? It has to be, and they're not criminals.
Why
These
would they
people
need to
aren't
be caught
criminals
if
we're
they're not
talking about.
criminals at that
These
point? They'd
people
have
aren't
legal
quote unquote
status.
criminals. These people
Wait,
aren't
but why would
quote
they need to
unquote
be
criminals.
caught if they'd have legal status at that point?
No, but they have to catch them to say, hey, then I want to. Who's this path to
Right,
citizen? Is
they
there going to
would
be a
be
store?
processed through
Is there
legal
going to be a
entry at the
place to
border.
come?
We
Hey,
should
you're an
expand.
illegal immigrant. Come here and get your citizenship.
No, we should expand legal ports of entry at the border. More processing center, more judges, more
Well,
holding
that's.
facilities.
But I
I mean,
agree.
that's
I agree
besides
for
the
the
point if they're
undocumented
in the
migrants.
country already.
I agree. To like give undocumented migrants said pathway in the country. You literally say if you're an undocumented migrant, get citizenship or residency here. Have readily available public, like businesses operated by our government to offer them exactly that at no or low cost. And undocumented migrants will come.
These people are calling me racist in the comments and saying
Just ignore it.
Michelle's
Just
a
ignore it.
Mexican, and I know, but like it doesn't make any sense. 'Cause
Can you
I'm
respond to me
Mexican,
instead of
but
the comments? And if you want to respond to the comments,
He
I'll just send you right back down.
no, I understand.
So what's your critique of offering undocumented migrants a pathway to residency or citizenship compared to mass deportation? Because it is a case that mass deportation only hurts the migrants, only hurts us, only hurts our country, only hurts our economy. Meanwhile, offering them a pathway to residency or citizen only helps them, only helps us, only helps America and the American economy.
Okay, so for instance, are you gonna like say open up this place where they can come? Like if they're in the country already, I'm not saying
Dude,
they're out of the country trying to come in the country.
Do you agree or disagree that mass deportation leads to worse empirical outcomes when compared to mass amnesty?
I would agree to a certain extent, yeah.
So then why do you support mass deportation over mass amnesty if it literally leads to worse outcomes?
I
You're
never
literally
said I
supporting the
support
worst of
mass
two options.
deportation. I'm saying if there's a better
So
way
do
to
you
do
support
it.
mass amnesty?
I don't understand what that word is. Sorry.
Just giving undocumented migrants a pathway to residency or citizenship.
I do support that. I mean, if there's a way to do it, if there's a will, there's obviously a way. But how are we going to do that?
Congrats. One second. Now you're a liberal.
I'm okay, but that's
What
like.
about Trump's immigration policy do you support if not as mass deportation?
Well, I would say mass deportation is only going to help so much. Where are we going to send these people? We're already having problems.
So then why do you support Trump's immigration policy?
I mean, I support it to a certain extent.
What do you support?
I mean, there's only one way to do it. There's only one way to do it. It's
not what I'm asking you. What about immigration's policy do you support? Be
Some
specific.
people get deported and then they
No,
have to
answer
wait
my
a little
question.
bit.
What about Donald Trump's immigration policy do you support?
I support getting the criminals out 100%. I support at least getting
So you do support mass deportation, dude. Why are you contradicting yourself
Yeah.
with every fucking breath?
Okay, but let me
The problem is
that's
you're
not
conflating
mass.
people who
That's
cross
just a
the border
little. That's
illegally
just-
with being
that's
a
just
criminal.
little. That's just a little. Just the criminals. That's a little. That's a small
Right,
section.
but you are conflating people who cross the border illegally as being criminals.
Okay,
That's what
but
you've stated
quote,
multiple
unquote,
times
okay,
here,
but
which
for
would
you guys,
entail mass migration of all people, regardless of any kind of violent criminal status they may hold.
Okay, quote unquote. Okay, but the violent criminals, reoffenders.
yes,
people that
Right,
have
you
been-
said you only want to target violent criminals, and now you're saying that people who cross illegally are in fact criminals themselves and should be deported as well. So where do you draw the distinction?
Okay, I feel like maybe there should be a distinction there. So I'll draw I'll draw one. I'll say that right there, violent criminals should be deported, have to wait a certain period of time, maybe even forever before they can come in.
I actually don't even know if I agree with that.
But the other people, they can maybe get but somebody has to come find these people. So it's
Can
gonna
I tell you why? Can I tell you why I might even disagree with that?
Why do you disagree with that? How are they going to do it then?
I think that we should probably put the violent criminal and undocumented migrants in American jails.
That's what we do. That's what we do already, don't we? We put them in jails and they continue to reoffend because they basically have the same they
How
go
would
to
you
jail
reoffend
and
in
nobody
jail?
comes to them and say,
Wait, are you arguing that they
after jail,
wouldn't
dude.
reoffend
After
if they're
jail,
just
dude.
sent back to their country of origin and make their way back to America or other nations?
Or just any
that's
other
why that's
country.
why we have to have better border security. We have to have better border. That can't happen.
I'm so
How is
sorry.
that
This
going to
guy's
happen?
just not tracking a conversation.
Your argument was about reoffending a moment
No,
ago.
I said
at least.
I said they reoffend. How do you think these people who raped
Right,
people?
they can't reoffend if they're in prison. You're suggesting we simply deport them back to another country. As if that's going to stop reoffending. They'll still reoffend. It just wouldn't be
Yeah.
on U.S. border.
Would you-
A crime's still a crime.
Would you rather have a child rapist roaming free in the streets of Mexico or in an American jail?
Definitely. Why can't they be transported? Why can't they go to a Mexican
That's not the
jail?
question.
Why? What do you mean that's not the question?
Would you rather they
Solution.
essay a minor in Mexico versus being in prison in the United States?
I'd rather them go to a Mexican jail.
So I'm fine with that as long as it generates better empirical outcomes. Like if we know that the
It
Mexican,
will, because
if-
it won't.
if
They
the-
won't be in an American
if
jail
the,
taking up a room.
if the Mexican criminal justice system is more reliable than that of America's, I'd support sending them to a Mexican jail. However, it is a case that the American criminal justice system is more reliable than the Mexican criminal justice system. I would support keeping them housed in an American jail. The reason why I support that is because it's just literally reducing the likelihood of them not being in jail to recommit.
Okay, so after they get out of jail, then what do you want for these? You want them to have a pathway to citizenship? Do you want them to? What do you want for them afterwards? after that point?
I'm agnostic on that claim. I've been thinking about that on my end, but I'm pretty sympathetic to the idea of like deporting them. Like I think that like my best version of a border in my head is essentially like as many public ports of entry as possible, while only like screening individuals for prior violent offenses.
I mean, down the line, that's probably what's going to happen, or either probably going to be the
support
debate
that?
on what's going to happen.
Do you support that?
What?
Do you support that?
I support that. Yeah.
Okay, then you don't support Donald Trump.
Right.
I mean, but
name
that's
one
an advanced
thing.
problem that
Name
you
one
wouldn't talk
thing
about.
about Donald Trump's immigration policy that's not true of Kamala Harris's that you support.
I mean, he can only do so much, and honestly,
Shut up
I
and
like
answer
what
my
he can
question.
do. I mean, but what do you mean? What do I like? I'm
Name
telling you, I
one.
like
Name
what
one
he's doing.
thing.
I like.
Name one thing that Donald Trump is/was/will do for immigration that Kamala Harris was not going to do that made you vote for him because of immigration.
Okay, him getting the criminals, the actual criminals, the people who are
Biden
honestly
and Harris
innocent.
deported undocumented migrants who'd committed crimes. Yes. Kamala Harris probably would have continued that. Yeah.
But Trump's put his foot down though. Like he does it better.
Put his
and
foot
you
down
can
on
think
all
about it.
He's
undocumented
deported
migrants.
at half the rate.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
His first month report was half of what it was under Biden's final month.
Because maybe it was a more advanced system. You know, I don't know why that.
You're saying he's doing it
I don't know
better.
why that is.
It was
Maybe-
12,000 in Biden's final month, 5,000 in Trump's first.
I mean, I can't explain that. And as far as I know, Trump is firing the people at ICE because he wants better numbers. He's striving for better numbers. I don't know anything about his policies or system that would make those numbers go down. Maybe
And
people are
fewer
more.
people are being deported.
The only
Maybe
that
people
contradictory to
are
your
more
argument?
scared and they're more cautious.
The only thing that is true of Trump's deportation policy that wasn't true of Biden and Harris is, keep in mind, I think that the Democrat Party is not the best for immigration. I just merely think they're better than the Republicans. Was that Biden, Harris, and Democrats only really have a strong focus on deporting undocumented migrants that have committed violent crimes, etc. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's administration wants to deport all undocumented migrants, including individuals that have not committed violent crimes.
And the citizen family members of those migrants.
Yep, including a 10-year-old girl with brain cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Sir,
I mean,
you are fucking insufferable, and I'm very close to ending this conversation.
Okay, hold on.
I want to make that
Okay,
fact
I know.
clear and known.
Okay, so I'm just saying this. He maybe has a strong right stance on that situation, but I'm saying like what I really do like about that though is like that's kind of like a part of what I would say. I would say definitely get them out of their situation, out of this, and then give them a pathway to like.
Nobody knows what this guy is saying. Nobody knows what you're saying. Nobody knows what you're saying.
Okay, but let me tell you my situation. Okay, I've had a family member who's been deported. She had to wait a certain amount of time, and then
I want to
during
know
that
why
time, she
you
could
think that Donald Trump was a better presidential candidate than Kamala Harris.
and I'm telling you why, because the things that he's doing isn't necessarily wrong. You're acting like I disagree with what he's
Deporting
doing.
U.S. citizens isn't wrong?
And when has he done that?
We just gave you an instance of a 10-year-old girl recovering from brain cancer.
Okay, but why would
She
he
and
do
her
that,
siblings
though?
were
And
deported.
was that really him, or was that
Yes,
somebody-
that was really him. It happened this year.
Okay, but why would
The
he
order
do
was
that? though?
carried
It has
out
to
by
be-
him
Okay,
because
why
they
would he
had
do
family
that?
members who were undocumented. I believe it was the parents.
Okay, you know what he says about that? He wants to keep the families together. Maybe the girl decided
So
to
we
be
should
with her
deport
family.
U.S. citizens?
If to be with their family, yes.
You're
my
okay
God.
with
With their family.
deporting U.S. citizens?
What are we gonna do? Leave her without her
No,
family?
you leave the family here. Huh.
Okay, but what if her family was very, very like high crime or just
Wait,
something
They
along
weren't.
that
They
line?
weren't.
I mean, I don't know what you want. Like, I mean, that's got to be the option. They're deported
Not
for a
only
little
that, but
bit. They
they've
get pathway to
apprehended U.S.
citizenship over
citizens.
there.
Didn't
They get
you?
pathway to citizenship
10
over
minutes
there.
ago, you
Okay, I
conceded.
understand,
Shut the fuck up. 10 minutes ago, you conceded and agreed that mass amnesty is significantly better than mass deportation for nonviolent, undocumented migrants. 10 minutes ago, you made that concession after I described to you the negative empirical outcomes of mass deportation and the positive empirical outcomes of mass amnesty. You said, yes, I support mass amnesty. I think that's a good idea. And now you are arguing for deporting a family that included a U.S. citizen that were undocumented that hadn't committed violent offenses. You are contradicting a concession that you made to me right now. Why? I'm up. Unmute, please. Quite frankly.
Quite frankly, okay.
So good.
Why did you mute me?
Because I was angry, I was annoyed, and I was upset, and I wanted to be heard, and I wanted to describe to you that you are contradicting a concession that you made 10 minutes ago.
Okay, but I was agreeing to it, and the way that I thought of it was like, maybe there is a place or something. Maybe you could even turn yourself in as an illegal, undocumented immigrant and say, "Hey, I want a pathway to citizenship right here before ICE even shows up to the door, and everyone has to go now because you guys."
You're not making sense. So I'm kicking you for my own cortisol
That's
levels.
fair. Did you want to reset? I've got
Yeah.
like another hour left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reset just
right.
because of the bands. One's Lumen, one's on its way.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and get a restart out of the way, so we're not gonna get the account gone. It's kind of shitty. It's not too much fun, but it's gonna be required. So everybody, I'm gonna be right back. Appreciate
Okey-dokey.
you for joining, Jaden. You are phenomenal.
Thanks.
And I always enjoy the time I spend coasting with you. And for everybody else on TikTok, all you got to do is click on my account, count to 10, refresh, and I'll be back. So I'll see you.
Alrighty.
Peace out. For everyone on YouTube, love and appreciate you guys. We got about an hour left of the stream. Super duper excited, quite frankly. I know you won't see this. All right. Everyone just give us a minute here. There we go. Already back on live. Cora, thank you so much for the $20 super chat over on YouTube. Hi, Dean. The hairy allegations is harming many others. Somebody who supposedly supported women turning around and doing this is nothing short of betrayal. Will you address them from an unbiased position as possible? I did at the beginning of the live. I bet you could find that anywhere on Discord, probably plastered on Twitter, plenty of places. And we're already back on TikTok. Everybody tune in right back into that TikTok live. Make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen, you guys. We are back. We are back. MJ, thank you for the $10 super chat over on YouTube. I do appreciate you so much for the love. Thank you, MJ. Justice with a 2. Burry with a $20. Thank you so much for the love, Burry. And Charlie with a 20 pounds saying, Dean, tell them to come over to YouTube. We're cooler here. I really do like the people over on YouTube. You guys are sick, but I like everyone everywhere. How about that? Love you all. Love you all. Okay, guys, we're going to go and get that first debater up in here. You guys, I appreciate everyone for tuning right back in. I do apologize for that restart. I understand that it wasn't nice, but it was necessary. Ninja, I appreciate you so much for the galaxy. Thank you so much. Riley, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Katie with a 5. Heath with a $20. Thank you for the love, Heath. And Katie with a 10. Max with a 15 saying dinner on me, man. Dude, Max, you're so incredibly kind. Thank you so much. And then McKenna with a 1 and Izzy with a 2. You guys are so incredibly kind. You guys are awesome, awesome, awesome. Then Brooklyn, thank you so much for the $5. Z with a 5 and AOIFE with a $30 donation over on PayPal saying from Ireland, we hate Conor McGregor. So do I. Thank you so much for the love. Ulfi, everyone, please show them some love. And then Serenity with the $20 super chat on YouTube saying, Dean, would you consider the low wages of undocumented migrants to be a modern day slavery? A debate I've been having going with somebody, also for the girlfriend B-Day. Well, no, I don't consider it slavery. But I obviously do think that it's a humanitarian disaster. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next guest here. Everybody in the live, guys, make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen. Let's try to get this live sending out into that For You page once more. And we are going to go ahead. Yeah, it's incredibly exploitative and a humanitarian disaster. But I think like my definition of slavery would probably be a little bit more strict than that, unless you want to encapsulate like modern day slavery as more so just being symbolic or representative of exploitation in the market. But I try to hold strict definitions to that word, you know? What's going on, Eric? How old are you?
I'm 17.
17. All right. Well, you got to be at least 18 to be on TikTok Live. Appreciate you for coming up. We're going to get that next guest up in here. Guys, please only be in that queue if you're at least 18 years old. You voted for Trump and you're willing to come up here and debate. So everybody, just give us a minute. What's going on? How old are you?
What's up, brah?
Hey, what's going on? How old are you?
Good, brah.
Okay. I didn't ask you how you are. I asked you how old you are.
Oh, shit. 22, brah.
What?
What's up, brah? No. Yo, brah. 22, brah.
Yeah, even your brother's
bro.
like, what the fuck are you doing? See,
Yo,
even
bro.
See, even in the background, even your brother's like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yo, bro. Yo.
We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. You could literally hear his brother in the background. You could literally hear his brother in the background be like, what the fuck are you doing? Yo, Izzy, thank you for the $2 on Venmo. Appreciate you. Yo, what's going on? How we doing?
Hey, we're back.
This guy's a Drake profile picture. Oh, no.
Oh, say
no.
Drake. How's it going?
Hello. You voted for Trump. Yeah, you definitely did. That's right. Why? Shinna is gone. He left. So nope, he left. So we're gonna go to move on to the next guest, guys. Go to spam MAGA Devil in that chat if you do want to join. All right, we're probably gonna do around another 30 minutes of debates and head over to YouTube. Honestly, yeah, maybe even a little bit less on the debates. I don't know yet. I don't know, quite frankly. I want to talk to the YouTube about the girlfriend's birthday. I mean, I really do value and appreciate the insight from a lot of y'all's beautiful minds, and I think that we'd be able to talk. Quite frankly, hello, Ronnie. Did you vote for Trump?
I have world's quickest question for you.
You have been Thanos snapped. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope you understand. I'm so sorry. What's going on? How old are you? Wow, we got banned anyways. Very surprising, quite frankly. We got banned anyways. Damn it. Okay, what was it? A week? No, it was just a day. We'll get the account back later tonight. Later tomorrow night. Ava, thank you so much for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. Saying, do you think that Donald Trump will dismantle the DOE tomorrow? I'm not up to date with politics. Anything that's happened in the last 48 hours, I'm not up to date with. And honestly, apparently a lot has happened in the last 48 hours. So I'll have to get back to you on that. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah, we got banned over on TikTok. It was like a day ban for harassment and bullying. Yeah, I don't know. Unfazes me. We've been getting a lot of those bans recently. So I guess that's that for debates, at least. I'm going to go ahead and plug the mic into the computer. I'll be right back. There we go. All right. We are back, and the mic is as loud as ever. How are we doing? That TikTok ban was quick. Yeah, well, I think that the restart doesn't really matter. Like, I'm pretty sure that we could get banned from our broadcasts that we already have had that I ended. So there's that. Serenity, thank you for the $10. Saying thank you for your response. Thank you for your donation. It's very kind of you. Yeah, anyways, guys, let's go and talk about the girlfriend real quick. And I appreciate everyone that's coming over here from the TikTok. You guys knew exactly where to go. Well, we knew that ban was coming. We knew that ban was coming, quite frankly. So, here's the deal. The girlfriend's birthday is on the 22nd, and I want to do something big. So first, I was considering, like a trip out of town, because that's what she kind of wanted to do. After continued conversation, she's kind of determined that's not something she wants to do. But I got to pause the story to thank Sandy with the 70 Canadian dollars, 700 W's for Sandy in the chat. Oh my God. Sandy says, quite frankly, I had to do another one for the girlfriend's gift. I was wondering, what's your favorite Iron Maiden song? Oh, man. I'm going to have to look at the names. I'm not going to lie. Call me a poser, I know. But I'm going to have to look at the names. I could associate like a tune with the name of a song. Ah, yes. Fight of Icarus. A classic, quite frankly. Icarus, sorry. Fight of Icarus. Caught myself. There we go. There you go. Thank you so much for the love, Sandy. Appreciate that. That is crazy. Thank you. Holy crap. Everyone, please show some love to Sandy. That is so much fucking money. Thank you. And then Cora with the $20 super chat. Wait. No, that was from a while ago. But thank you once again, Cora. It's very kind. W's for Cora once again. Might as well. Haley with a $20 super chat. Sorry. Saying happy birthday to your girlfriend. Today was so fun. Yeah. Yeah, no, we had some good conversations today. Thank you. Thank you so much, Haley. It's very kind. And then, oh my God, you guys are going off the chart right now. Sarah with a $50 super chat. Dude, thank you so much, Sarah. Says this isn't too much. Oh, Sarah, dude, shut up. $50 is so much money. That's so kind of you, and I mean that seriously. Thank you so much. You don't know how far that goes, man. Thank you so much for the love, Sarah. Says, but I hope this helps with her girlfriend's birthday. Also, love you so much. Dude, I love you too, Sarah. That's so kind of you. Never say that again. Ah, this isn't too much money. A penny. It's too much money. A penny more than I deserve. Every single dollar you guys send me is undeserved, and I'm just so grateful for it. Thank you so much, Sarah. And then Charlie, once again with the 20 pounds, saying, quite frankly, I hope she has the greatest birthday, the best birthday. Me too. We're going to make that happen. Thank you for the love, Charlie. So, talking about the girlfriend, you know, I have a couple ideas in mind. So I was supposed to like talk to her. Oh, actually, I am. I'm going to talk to her about the ideas when we get off stream. You know, I like surprising her with things, but obviously the birthday is something that you plan out. It's not something that you just launch on your partner. How old is she? So she's turning 20, quite frankly. Concert tickets. Oh, that's a good idea. So one thing she's kind of asked for, and I'm going to hope that she doesn't watch this replay. I'm going to go ahead and assume that she isn't, is young. Yeah. She's 19. Very young, very young. So she was asking for like something to play Animal Farms on. Like, what is it? Like the Switch Nintendo? And I'm not gonna fucking lie. We're gonna get her that damn Switch Nintendo. We're gonna get her that damn Switch Nintendo. That sounds like fun, bro. Nintendo Switch is actually what you call it. Sid, thank you for the $50. Thank you so much, Sid. Saying undeserved is the most untrue statement ever. Bro, no, I'm being serious, but thank you for the love, Sid. You're so incredibly kind. Thank you. Get an OLED Switch? Nintendo Switch? Okay, I don't know anything about the Nintendo Switch. Of course, like I've seen it before, but like, I don't know much about it. I don't know anything about Animal Crossing ever, apart from like, it's a really... Get her an OLED? Wait. We gotta look that up. What is an OLED Nintendo Switch? Ooh la la. Ooh, she would love that. Oh, she would love that. Oh, we gotta do that. And does anybody on here know if Animal Crossing's like if that's a game you gotta buy on the Switch? Or if it's like free? Because what I could do is I could also get like a little card just so she could get as. I gotta look up how much it costs. So I could get her like a little gift card, you know? How much does Animal Crossing's cost? Also, I just want to put that out. You guys are literally so fucking kind. Like, I'm so privileged. And just know that I recognize that. And I'm so eternally grateful for you all, every single one of you. The amount of privilege that I have to come on live and be like, guys, my girlfriend's birthday is next week. To let you guys know, every dollar today isn't going to me, it's going to her. And then you guys show so much love. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. I'm just like, I'm so happy right now. And this is the first time I've been happy for a long time. For so many reasons. I'm happy because of you guys and your kindness and your generosity, but also because I'm going to be able to turn around and give her the best birthday ever. So we're going to have to get a little OLED Switch in the Animal Crossing. There's an Animal Crossing Switch? Okay. Somebody in the chat said that I'm not a gamer. So, like, I've had my fair share of, like, games. And whatnot. You know, OG gamer and whatnot. But I will say, a lot of, like, the gaming I've done, I've never been on, like, a Switch type of guy. Never had a Switch. Always been on, like, you know, either the Xbox or the PC playing, like, first-person shooters. Like, big COD guy, big Fortnite guy, way back in the day. We had fun. More fun than I should have. I spent, like, all day playing video games. You always been on PC, dude. I started on Xbox, but then I ended up going to PC, and I love it. I love it so much. PC is the wave for gaming, forever and always will be. I'm gonna have to look at what like the total is. But like, she loves gaming, so my girlfriend loves gaming. I may just say like, what would you think of a PC? She's brought it up a lot. You know what I mean? So there's a possibility there too. Oh, that's a good idea. Write her a piano piece and perform it. Okay, well, first of all, Kat, that's a very cute thing to do. Second of all, I've actually already done that. I've already done that one. Yeah. No. The composition that I play, like the one composition I've drafted, maybe you guys have heard about it, or heard it. I actually made it for her. Yeah, It actually has a little bit of an interesting story. I'm trying to decide if I should tell you guys that story, because that's a little personal. But am I okay with sharing this personal information? Ooh, it's kind of cringe from an outward perspective too. No, I'm okay with it. You guys could give me shit forever. So, no. Never mind. We're gonna keep that wannabe. Anyways, all right. Chat. I love you all. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna tell y'all what I ended up doing. But seriously, I just want to put this one out there. If you guys, she's right over there. If you guys have any ideas, know that you can send them to me in DMs on Instagram. Like, and I say this with humbleness in my heart, because I just gotta be quiet. I'm gonna do my best for the birthday. You know what I mean? Like I always do. I go all out. I try to. But like objectively, if I was to see like DMs of like really good ideas, it just give me so much more reference material apart from what already exists in my head. And I think that'd be awesome. Give Momo a friend. Oh, I don't know about that one. One kid is kind of enough for me. I've actually been in the back and forth with her about that. She says that she wants Momo to have a friend. And then I say, one cat is enough for me. And then she says, you'll change your mind one day. And honestly, she might be right. Dude, being a cat owner has really grown on me. Like, I love this cat so much. Momo's such a cutie. Momo needs a buddy. No, I agree. Like, that's why, like, me and her, we're very active in our cat's life. Because, little kitty kittens are much happier with friends. Cats thrive in pairs, so I've heard. Oh, you guys are... Oh, she's gonna love y'all. She's gonna love you guys so much. If she knew that there was over 3,000 people pressuring me into getting Momo a friend right now, oh, she would love you guys. Oh my god. Okay. Holy crap. You guys are going nuts. Heidi, thank you so much for the $20 donation on PayPal. That's very kind of you. Very, very kind. I think we need to actually refresh that. Here, one moment, you guys. Yeah, there we go. Destiny, thank you for the $35 donation on PayPal. Dude, that is nuts. Thank you so much, Destiny. Everyone, please show some love to Destiny and some love to Heidi with the $20 donation on PayPal. That is so incredibly kind of you. Brooklyn, thank you so much for the $5. Z with the $5 on PayPal as well. You guys are so incredibly kind. And then Danessa, thank you for the $3 over on PayPal. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are, seriously, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I think that here shortly, I want to go ahead and thank the rest of the donors. I am going to go and hop off for the night and go get some dinner. Go make some dinner. Feeling steaks, maybe. Tonight. I'm going to do that here soon. Oh, guys, you know, steaks and rice. It's a meal that I've been coming to love. $8. $8. That is what it costs to do steaks and rice. I don't know what it is. I feel like the meat where I live has it's very good priced. You know? It is just like such a good bang for your buck. But you know, where I live, a small town in Colorado. Only 8, yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like seriously, a steak, like a choice sirloin, and some rice, costs less than a meal from fast food. Isn't that nuts, you guys? So I've been loving that. And also I've just been like loving learning how to cook. Like also like learning how to like season a cast iron. That's been like the technical crazy part. Alexa, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Alexa, what platform? All right. And also, Hannah, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. That is so incredibly kind. Oh, okay. Briar, that sounds good. Thank you so much. Do that. Brittany, thank you for the $5. Thomas, thank you for the $20. Thank you guys so much. And seriously, Briar, thank you so much for the $50. That is so incredibly kind of you. Then Thomas with the 20. Thank you guys so much. Izzy with a 5. Riley with a 5. Thank you, y'all. You guys are so kind. And then also, Erica, thank you so much for the $50 donation over on YouTube Super Chat. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much, Erica. You are awesome. Thank you, Erica. Amina with a 14 Canadian dollars. And then Sarah with the $20 over on Super Chat. Thank you, Sarah. Stephanie, thank you for the $10. And yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to go in for the night. I love you all. Go get some food. See you all tomorrow. And I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to let you guys know what we do tomorrow. Where's Parker? I'll answer that question before I get off. He may go live tonight. He may not go live tonight. But if he does go live tonight, it'll probably be around 6 p.m. PST. So in the next 35 minutes. But that's Parker. And I'll let Parker speak for Parker, you know? All right. Love you guys. Have a good night.